right, folks, welcome OPA race fans to the 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest, home of the Offshore Powerboat Association World Championships presented by North Myrtle Beach RV Resort and Steph's Fabrication Specialist. I'm Brian Baldry, along fans and the racers have in store for today.
Well, today they're going to see a lot of bumping. It really kicked up here this morning. You know, the last couple of days we've been looking out at the ocean. It's been relatively flat. And as we look out here right now, we've got the Class 7 boats that are going to go up to the north side of our course and get in their milling circle. They are going to do a parade lap, but the wind has picked up, Brian, and it's about a steady 20-mile-an-hour wind out of the north-northwest. And it's really made for some bumpy water out there. So we had a little bit of trouble getting the course set. So, we had scheduled to start the first race at 10:30, and we thought that they'd probably push it back till about 11 o'clock. So here we are. We're ready to get this underway.
You know, and we're talking about the weather. It is significantly stronger than what the weather people were predicting earlier. It's kind of a constant wind, you're right, out of the north at about 20 miles an hour. So it'll be a challenging course for these little boats. So
yeah, it's even windier up here 3 stories up where we're our vantage point. So we're not protected. There's not too many. I think I heard that here in Englewood Beach, Minnesota Key here, they have a zoning ordinance that they can't build over 3 to 5 stories tall. So there's no buildings around here for us to have the wind broken by.
Yeah, we are at the top of that. As a matter of fact, the chopper passed by, the medical chopper passed by earlier, and we just about had to duck. So
yeah, that's exactly right. So right now you'll see there on your screen the boats are headed up towards the north end of the course. We just had the national anthem played, Old Glory there on the boat that's going by on your screen. You know, our safety crew is all in set. Assets are in place. We had this one buoy, Brian, I know that you're helping getting everything set up, but this turn number 5, they were having the hardest time with out here today, setting that buoy. And, it's not very deep out there. It's only like 20, 30 foot deep out here on our race course. Right. But remember last year, they had turn buoy number 3 took off for Cancun.
Yeah, and that's going to be a challenge for the safety team today, making sure that they are keeping those buoys in place for the racers. And even though when that buoy broke loose last year, the safety team was able to get that back and put back in place for the racers real quick, and worked out well.
So today, I'm just going to give you a heads up of what we're going to be doing today. So the first race is going to be Class 7 all by themselves. Class 2, or race 2, is going to be Class 6. We've got 8 boats at Class 6. They're going to be racing all by themselves. That was scheduled for 11:30, so it'll probably be about noontime. Then race number 3 is going to be was scheduled for 1:15, so it'll probably be about 1:45, 2 o'clock. And that's going to be the Mod Vs and the Stock Vs, and Class 5 is going to be in there. So that's going to be our biggest race of the day. We're going to have 13 boats out on the course with that race. Then we're going to have race 4 right behind that. 2:15 was the scheduled time. It'll be a little bit later than that, like I said. Then we've got a V Extreme, Super Stock, Class 3, and Class 4. So we're going to have a total of 8 boats out on the course for that race. And then the last race of the day is going to be, we do have a unlimited boat today, a Super Cat, Factory Stock, and Class 2. So we'll have 4 boats in the last race of the day today.
Yep, you can hear some of the race boats behind us getting in the last minute preps back here in the pits that are directed to our back, getting ready for their races coming up soon. Yep, doing the last little bit of prep work for that. So
yeah, everybody's just making sure everything's ready to go before they head off down to the crane or over to the boat ramp. Here in Class 7, Brian, we'll give everybody a heads up. Of course, these boats are limited by a speed bracket, and their limited speed is 60 miles an hour. So they can race as hard as they want to, up to 60 miles an hour, and if they break out, if they go over that speed for more than 3 seconds at a time, they will break out of their class. So what they do is they actually bring the GPS monitors, the chips out of those GPS tracking devices, and bring them in and download them, and they'll be able to put that on the screen and show the racers exactly where they were on the course, if they did have an infraction, and for how long they did have an infraction. So
yeah, exactly.
We watch that very close, and we have a specialist here on our crew that takes care of that.
And that's one thing about those Class 7 and any of the black bracket classes really is that, we've seen some really close races where people have just barely broken out just past what they will allow, and there's been some heartbreak this season, and that kind of factors into the World Championships here this year.
Yeah, we kind of know the inside scoop on that. We know a couple of the teams that have broken out just by a fraction, and that once they see the data, they understand that it's legit, and it's sad. But there you see, we're going to start this parade lap. We've got Class 7, like I said, out here on the course. They're going to bring it by in front of our vantage point here. Hey, Brian, let's go ahead and give them a rundown of who's out here today.
Okay, so first in Class 7 is going to be the Punisher with Derek Dawson and Bo Pirtle.
Then 701, we got Goofing Around with Matt Lahr and Joe Lahr.
And then 714 Shocker with Ray Evans and Chris Colson.
Yep. Then we have 721 Team Progression with with the Rileys, Joe Jr. and Joe Senior Riley.
Now here's an interesting twist right here. Red Rum is the next one here with Anthony Cruz and Robert Wachowski, and they're actually running an old Punisher boat. You know, their Red Rum boat took some damage in
Eastlake.
Yeah, in Eastlake, and they've been working on getting that boat taken care of. It's not quite done yet, and the Punisher team was nice enough to let them borrow an extra boat for this race. So
yeah, they worked out that deal. That's so cool that they did everything they could to get them out here on the course.
Yep. Next is Jackhammer with Connor Langheim and Robert Bryant.
Yep. Then we have 746 Proven Marine with Greg Butler and Joel Moralski.
Yep. And then 747 Bad Habit with Candace Donnelly and John Donnelly, mother-daughter team, or mother-son team.
Mother-son team. Oh, he's going to get you later on. Yeah, and actually they borrowed a motor. Derek worked that deal out too, so he brought an extra motor down for the Donnellys to be racing. So got them out here on the course. You know, they had a hard time. What was it in Morehead City? They had actually used sage to try to get the bad juju out of that boat.
And that actually worked at that. Yeah,
it did pretty good. Yep. And then we got the two Statement Marine entries. We got team 747A and 759. In 747, we got Nick Buis and Owen Buis.
Yep. And then Statement Marine is John Lazzetti and Jerry Harmond.
So they're just down almost to the corner to turn one. That will be the south end of the course. Pace boat will bring them around. So on the back side of this course, Brian, you know, I don't know if you remember, but we have a dog leg back there. So they'll go around the 3 turn buoys down on the south end of the course. Then they got to come back really straight towards us and go around the yellow buoy that's on the back stretch, and then head back out to turn 5, which is out here from our vantage point, and then come back around and back in towards the beach for turn 6 and 7.
Right. And then long straightaway back down into turn 1. Long straightaway takes you right here in front of the VIP tent and the start-finish boat.
We got a great crowd out here.
We do.
With all this wind, I figured out all the tents would just be blown away. I haven't seen any go, skipping down the beach yet, but
not yet, but it's early. It's early. So
it was so calm the last couple of days here. We came in on Thursday, and it's just been a great time here in Englewood Beach. And the locals just are so accepting, and it's just a beautiful area and more laid back than a lot of the coastal areas that you go to.
Yeah.
And the people are just so chill and so welcoming to the race teams.
Yeah, and we've been here. We came in, like you said, Thursday, and the local restaurants and everything have been really, really accommodating. Really excited that the racers are here. Really excited that the racers and the races have continued to come here year after year. It's been
wonderful food too.
Great food.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. Yeah. Englewood Beach Waterfest really puts on a great event. If you're anywhere close here, get here as quickly as possible so you don't miss any of the race action at all.
Yeah, if you're within earshot, come on down and check out the beach area here. They got a lot of vendors out here selling t-shirts. The event t-shirts are actually Guy Harvey designed those. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Works of art, really.
Yep,
and dry fit. I've got one for myself already, and it sounds like I'm going to have to fill an order to take it back home to the family at home.
Yeah.
But they do a great job here at the Englewood Beach Waterfest, and they've got a great group of that puts it on, the board of directors and board members, and it's a ongoing race site, and they said they work all year round to line things out for every year and try to make it better.
Yep.
And we work most closely with Ray Labadie, and he's our go-to guy.
He is our
I know
go-to
that
guy.
there's a full board, but I guess we recognize Ray, so we always go to him.
Yeah, well, he's the one. I know a lot of the board members do a ton of stuff that we don't necessarily see, but Ray's always been our contact for, hey, Ray, we need this, or Ray, we need that, and he comes through every time for us. So
He sure does. He sure does. We sure
all his
appreciate
work.
him.
Yep, absolutely.
So the boats are just there going around that dog leg on the backside. You'll see that yellow buoy. And these little boats, they're skipping around already. Look at that, Brian.
Yeah, the pace boat's hopping out of the water pretty good as well. So it's windy.
It is windy. That looks like it hurt my back out there today. Well, I hope everybody's jumping on and being able to follow us at home. All over the country today. We scrambled around and got our crew going today to get this out and live for everybody to watch. Wow. That's going to be bumpy.
Yeah, we're not even racing yet, and some of these boats are catching some pretty significant air already.
And these are all they're up to 22 feet, and there's one just stood it completely on the tail. Did you see that?
I missed that. Actually.
Wow. It's gonna be sporty. Look at that. So these boats, even though they're just 20 to 22 feet usually, a lot of them they're just not designed to go this slow around here in this water. They need to get up there on top. So a lot of these guys are probably itching to go a little bit faster and get up and skip over the top of these waves. So, Brian, I appreciate you. You've been helping me out all season, and so you've got a pretty good idea of the boats that we got out here today. What do you think? What are you looking for? Who's the favorite that you're pulling for today?
Well, being Lake of the Ozarks is our home water. I'm kind of biased towards Team Punisher.
Yeah.
Derek and Bo, but I'm telling you what, it's anybody's game. There is a ton of people out here. Everyone in this class is super qualified, and it can be anybody's race on any given day.
It could, and that Punisher boat that he built. This is the custom boat that he completely cut apart and did all of himself, and it is so narrow. The only thing is that this is water similar to what I remember there at East Lake, and they had a little bit of trouble. They kind of tripped it and stuffed it, and took a hard hook. So hopefully everybody will keep it going in the right direction. So Derek's going to be a hard charger today. I guarantee that.
So what are your thoughts on who's going to take Class 7?
The Lyra boys are really good in rough water too, in the goofing around boat, and we know that boat is built very strong. Christian just does a wonderful job with those boats. You can't count out, Shocker has moved into this class, and it's cool to see them do that. They're going to be out later with their new Class 4 boat. That's going to be really cool. And then, the Statement Marines, they've been really, really strong this year. So, a great team and great setup over there in the pits, and it doesn't look like they do anything kind of halfway. They're going all out.
Yeah, and like I said, it can be anybody's race at any time. So it looks like they've got the boats back towards the milling circle here right now, getting them all gathered back up from the parade lap.
Get everybody over there in the milling circle. We'll see some smoke here in a little bit. You won't be able to see too much smoke with this wind today. It's going to dissipate really quick. As you look up the beach there on the program, you guys can see that we've got a lot of spectators out here. Beautiful day, really. The weather, the temperature is great. Like we said, the wind is howling. This time of year, if the wind's howling like this back in Kansas City, it's cold.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have a nice warm breeze blowing through here.
I'm not going to complain at all.
And we hear we're going to get some weather back home next week, so better enjoy this while we can. Choppers in the air. We're going to be underway here soon for the 2023 Englewood Beach World Championship. I'm getting excited. Of course, this is going to be the first day of racing. Tomorrow, we're going to have another whole day of racing. I heard some little rumors. We may do even more laps tomorrow. We'll have to see how that shakes down. They had talked about doing one short lap for the Class 7s, but they decided, I think, as a whole class, just voted on it, and they're going to do all the full 5 laps, and they're going to do the long laps.
Yep, 4.5 mile course. And you know what? It's the World Finals. I mean, they're excited just as like we are. You know, you can almost feel the anticipation of those boats all the way over here in the broadcast booth.
Yeah. You know, what they were thinking about is doing that short course when the water was flat. They're like, this is going to be kind of, you guys get strung out there, and it's not going to be much for you guys to do. Somebody said, well, throw a jump in the middle of it there somewhere. So, well, looks like they're going to be bringing them up here on plane, getting them all lined up. I see a yellow flag. Still yellow. Still yellow. Getting them all lined up. Still yellow. We got a pretty good lineup there. I think that's Donnelly's on the inside. Oh, we got one that's falling off plane. There he goes. Still yellow. Still yellow. Riley's are kind of jumping out there. They're really good in rough water too. Still yellow. There's the other Punisher. Green, green, green. We're racing here at 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest for the OPA World Championships. The Rileys there are out to just neck and neck with Dawson Marine. See, goofing around. I tell you, they're coming around on the outside. Now they have to maintain these lanes all the way around turn 1. A lot of these guys got up to their bracketed speed. A couple of guys are kind of falling off the pace there. But we're going to have to watch them as they go around this first turn. Make sure there's no lane infractions. Wow, look at these guys. They're really taking some flyers out there today.
There's the other Punisher.
You know, and they are getting punished in that boat today.
2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest for the OPA World Championships. The Rileys there out to...
I can't see here, Brian. Let me grab my binoculars. I'll look down there at the south end of the course.
Looks like everybody's still being able to maintain their lane to this point.
They're just to the buoy. Got to maintain these lanes. Looks like Punisher's out in first. The Rileys are right behind them in second. Lowers were in third, and they've fallen back just a little bit. Wow, look at that. I mean, those guys go down in those troughs, Brian. You can't even see the boat.
Yeah, you can't. And, you know, there's some of these guys that are catching some pretty big air.
Huge
as
air.
they come around. And this is going to be probably the hardest part of the course as they turn back into the wind.
Oh! That's going to be a long lap for these guys.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of bruised kidneys.
And these guys are going to come around the turn here and head towards that dog leg right now.
That's a great shot. We're looking straight down at them. That's one of the Statement Marines. They're on your right of the program. Still Punishers out front.
Lowers were in third. They fall back just a little bit.
Statement Marine looks like they've taken the lead there. I can't tell which Statement Marine boat that is. When they come around the dog leg, I'll be able to read the side of the boat.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to tell who's in what position in this angle with him coming straight into the dog leg at this point. Everybody's looking pretty good right now.
Falling back a little bit. I'm holding my breath to see who's coming around at first. That's the Rileys in first place. Joe Sr., Joe Jr.
Big air right into that first dog leg there.
Father and son team, followed by Dawson Custom Marine. Flowers are still in third, goofing around. There's Red Rum in the other Punisher boat in fourth place. And the Statement Marine, I can't tell which one. They're right there in the spray. 747.
It looks like we've got a battle here for second place.
We do have a battle. Flowers are trying to get up there around Dawson and Bo Pirtle. It's great to see that Anthony Cruz getting to run today. You know, his boat is so beautiful. You know, and for him to have that trouble in East Lake, it was tough. And yeah, and Robert's in there with him, Robert Barchetti. Wow, Riley's have really checked out.
Yeah,
They're just now to turn 5. They're going to come back towards the beach. Look at those white caps, Brian.
Yeah, and I'm telling you what, even some of these guys that are back in, 5th, 6th place are taking some huge air on some of these jumps. We've got a couple of boats here at the very back that have really fallen off. As a matter of fact, the last boat, which I think are the Connollys, are coming around their dogleg right now.
Dawson just went through a wave, stuffed that, and got a good bath.
Wow, he's taking some big air around that turn.
He is. They may have.
Whoa!
That's a 747 statement.
Yep,
really took a flyer going around that turn. Red Rum would be in 4th place. Flowers have stopped. Looks like they're still under power.
Yeah, we've got the chopper over them right now, and it looks like they may be waving the chopper off. I think they're good.
But coming right down towards the beach here, right in front of us, Team Progression.
Man, they are making that
with
look
the
good.
Rileys. Wow.
They have got a huge lead and big air. Look at that. Look at that.
Beautiful boat. They like the rough water, that's for sure. But the race is for second right now. You got 747 and Team Punisher neck and neck as they're coming past the beach.
Yeah, but it looks like they've taken them.
I can't. As soon as I think that, then they take a big hop, and then Dawson gets right back up there.
They are neck and neck. All right, look at that shot.
They're out of the water more than they're in. That's for sure. Look at that.
Look
you
at
can't.
that. Yep, Dawson's got it. Yep. Dawson's coming back through right as we're across the start-finish line. Whoa, big air.
Great racing. In 4th place, we have Red Rum in the other black boat.
And they're doing well.
I know that boat. That's the old.
You used to own that
That's
boat.
I did. It was zip till you flip when I had it. Never rigged it. Jason Zalecki and Joel Zalecki raced it out of Lake the Ozarks, and then sold it to Derek. So they would be in 4th. The other Statement Marine would be in 5th. And so it looks like they turned to the inside. We've got, trying to see exactly who that is. If you'll, .746, Proven Marine. They did not go, well, that buoy may have blown.
It looks like we've got some buoys that are out of position a little bit. And that's going to be a little hard for the racers because we've got, looks like turn 5 is in its correct position, and then turn 6 and 7. It looks like maybe 6 has drifted a little out of position right now. And it's going to be kind of hard for them to know. They're going to need to know that they have to come around that and probably around that other and safety boat.
And not through the spectators or safety boats.
Yeah. Yep.
So this is about a 4-mile course. And so we're really towards the north end of the course. So when they're down at the south, I can see the chopper down there. I can see the boats when they hop up out of the water.
Yeah, and it looks like we've got several of the smaller boats on the west end or the west side of the course that are down off plane. And it may just be too rough for them. It may have of
You could
mechanical
knock
issues
anything
does
loose
that.
today,
Yeah.
Brian. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, you could electronics, anything. You
Motors,
know,
yeah,
motors, yeah, teeth,
Whatever. Yeah.
exactly.
So
Throttles.
they're going to have a hard time. Bo and Derek are going to have a hard time catching first place at this point.
Oh, definitely. Riley's have a commanding lead
Yeah.
in that progression.
I mean, now, big air. Big air for the Rileys just then as they pass the dogleg, come back headed toward turn 5.
For second place, there you have on the screen. That is this statement, Marine 747.
Something must have happened because there's a significant lead between them and Dawson at this point. Matter of fact,
And
is Dawson in third or is Dawson in fourth?
that is Red Rum that's in third.
The smaller boat is, so they've passed Dawson and they've hit some big waves just
No,
there.
I'm sorry. You're right. Dawson is in
Looks like
third,
Dawson.
and Red Rum would be in fourth. So they're going to be side by side. The Velocity's the one
Okay.
just behind.
Okay, it's hard to tell from our vantage point a little bit because they're a little further out, but they're catching them.
So how's that work out? The guy loans you a boat, and you pass him?
Yeah,
That's racing.
it is what it is.
Oh, no. 747's come down off plane. Says they were in second
They were
place.
in second, and they are getting
Passed on either
passed.
side.
Oh boy, that was close and tight right through there. And everybody's through, and it looks like they're okay.
The Lowers have sit out there, and they're just watching the race as they go by.
Now there's a
That's the Lowers out there off
Right.
plane.
well, but there's a now. Red Rum is still challenging Dawson, and it looks like the other Statement Marine is challenging both of them.
Yeah, there's. You could throw a towel over 3 boats right there.
Yeah, and that is the race for second and third right now.
And right out
a
of
whole big mix.
And right there on your screen, by the big cruiser there, is the other jackhammer entry. They look like they're trying to get back up on plane and follow that group of 3 boats around.
Yeah.
But look at this. Coming right down the beach, you have the Rileys. And Brian, look at the attitude of that boat. That's
Yeah.
why they're out front.
Yeah.
They've got a perfect setup.
I've seen some big air out of them, but right now they're running really flat and really well.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
They're slowing.
They're slowing down, though.
I saw their hand go up.
Uh-oh. Someone's standing up in the boat. We're not sure what's going on quite yet.
Oh, we have a red flag.
Okay. Yep, red flag on the course.
Red flag.
We've got the safety helicopter rolling through. Oh,
What?
well, no, wait a second. We've got
He's standing up in the boat. We're trying to figure out exactly.
we've got a checkered flag on the start-finish boat.
They may have shortened the course for the conditions today.
So if that's the case, we got to watch this right here because now we're going to have second place with Dawson Marine, followed by the other Statement boat.
So second place as of right now, that is Red Rum
Oh,
in the
is it?
Velocity. And they have now slowed, coming down off plane.
Oh, no.
They saw the red flag. We have 7:59.
Oh, I think that,
And Dawson got back around Red Rum.
yeah, and I think that Red Rum pulled out of it early because I don't know that they could tell what was going on.
A lot of confusion here today. You know, when you go into the water and they say it's going to be 4 laps, if they've actually shortened it to just 2 today during the race, it's going to be tough because these smaller boats, you know, if you're in a closed canopy, you can hear the VHF radio then, and that's how they communicate back and forth to the racers, to the race control. Now, in these smaller boats, it's open. They've got their helmets on, and a lot of them don't have it fed straight into their helmets.
Yeah, but look, these guys are still running down the course.
I saw a red flag on that
I
Donzi
did
right
too.
out there too.
Yeah.
Sorry about the confusing. If you'll watch down there, I'll try to get a heads up, get some information for all of us, because the Rileys are out there off plane.
Yeah, they are, and it looks like
Give me just a
Statement and
moment.
Dawson and everybody else is still trying to run down towards, yeah, and they're going around turn 1. And folks that are here listening on the beach in the live stream, we realize that there's about a 10 or 15 second delay from what we're actually seeing on the course and what you're actually hearing us announce. So may see a little bit different than what we're actually announcing at that exact moment. Yeah, it looks like those other boats are still coming around like they're racing. It's kind of hard for me to tell who's coming through the dog leg right now. But those guys are, yeah, they are still rolling around turn 3 right now.
So jumped off there for a second, try to get a heads up. Somebody that's got race control, and we believe that they shortened the course, but the Rileys did finish, are sitting out there. Like you said, I saw a checkered flag when they were going by, but
Yeah,
we still have race boats out there on the course.
Yeah, I know the other Statement Marine is still out there running.
Here comes the Donnellys right here in front of the booth. You know, it's snotty out there. And you want to go racing, Brian, huh?
Yeah, this is actually snotty water. This is actually what it looks like.
Yeah, they're still charging hard out there.
Yeah. No one's told them what's going on. And that's the two Punisher boats going back and forth.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're just racing for bragging rights.
Yeah, it looks like Dawson just passed Red Rum.
Red Rum is running nice and flat there. And I think that Derek in that what would you call that? The Dawson custom boat. He has a ballast tank in that, right?
Yep.
Not a lot of these boats in Class 7 have a ballast tank that you can adjust the weight of the front of the boat while underway. But he does. Yet that older velocity there is running really strong. So, who's the boat right out in front of them, Brian? Did you see that while we were underway?
Didn't.
While I jumped off here? Wow, this wind is something else. These turn boats that we have on the course today, like this start-finish boat, this big yacht out here in front of us, it's rocking and rolling too.
Yeah. So, Punisher and Red Rum just came around turn 5, headed towards turn 6, and I was trying to see who that is.
Behind them?
Yeah. They keep disappearing behind the... I think that's the Shocker boat.
Is it?
I think so.
Well, the two Punisher boats are really charging hard here back towards the beach. As they come around the turn 7, you know, and those guys get in a groove and a rhythm with the following sea, and then right here they'll have kind of a following sea to the side. See the pace boat, Donzi's coming out there and giving them a red flag. So this will conclude the first race of the day.
And actually, Red Rum is out in front of Punisher right now. 730 boat out in front of 700.
Yeah, but I believe the race finished the lap before,
Yeah,
like we had said. So I think they were just out, didn't quite get the words. So that's going to finish up the first race of the day here at the 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest for the OPA World Championships. We've got a lot of racing yet to go. So the next race is going to be starting here real soon. It's going to be the Class 6 boats. I saw Ray Martino out there already. So he was making his way up to the north end of the course. And they've told those guys, you know, they have to go down around Stump Pass to come back up here to the race course. We got to go out. Hey guys, well, wave to the camera there. You get to see our perch from up here.
Yeah, we have to kind of stand close to each other because our mic cable is a little shorter than we like.
Yeah, well, and because he's scared of falling off the scaffolding.
No, I'm not. afraid to get blown off the scaffolding here.
So we
times.
luckily we got to go out yesterday and go for a boat ride, and we
Yep.
got to go out through Stump Pass and come out here and see the race course.
Yep, we did.
And we really appreciate that. Our good friend Tommy took us out there on his boat. We've got a lot of good friends here helping us today, and they're out there having fun, getting a little bit of liquid refreshments. I'm sure they're going to be turning around here and waving to us here soon. So we're going to have Class 6 here coming up next, Brian. We're going to try to get that started here real soon. We're going to try to get a heads up of how many laps that we're going to do. Originally, we were supposed to do 7 laps with Class 6 for 28 miles. And Class 6, what we have is number 602, Ultimate Racing, Boat Racing Experience with Michael Sadlin and Rob Goodwin. Then Moderation 609 with Michael Lang and John Saris. Then we have number 614,
Logan's Heroes with Sean Keeler and Steve LaPinta.
good friends of ours from up there at East Lake.
And then 620, it's Dirty Martini. These guys are new.
A new team, right?
Team out here with Pat Marlowe and Michael
Argini. Yep. Sorry about
messed that.
Yep.
Messed that up. But then 621, Money Monster with Tim Vandenberg, Jeff Kipmiller, and Cliff Shaw as their navigator in that boat.
Yeah, that's always a fun boat to watch. You know, that's it's a bright green boat. We'll be able to see that, and it loves rough water.
Yep.
Then we have number 673, Synergy, with Kevin Rieger and Marcus Stackpool. Then we have number 684, MGD Motorsports, with Mikey McColgan, Jason Gravados. You know, Mikey is racing also later on today with Fran in the Rum Runner boat. So Mikey really has figured out how to turn that boat. So we'll see what he's going to do out here today with this rough water. Then we have the chairman of Offshore. We have 622 Team Horizon with Ray Martino.
Yep, and Aiden Roberts.
So the Ultimate Boat Racing Experience is going to be out there, and that's our good friend Rob Goodwin, and he has bought the Rendell boats, the Bat boats,
Right.
and from the estate of Chris Rendell, and a good friend of the racing community, and unfortunately he passed away this last year, and the team with Rob has acquired those boats, and they're going to go through them and get them back out here on the course. And if you want to lease a boat for the races, you sure can. So
Yeah, they're going to continue his legacy of that. You know, Chris really got a lot of people started in the offshore racing. There are a lot of people that will credit their beginnings to that. So really makes it a really special deal that someone's actually going to take that, continue that legacy, and continue to go on with it. So
yeah, he did introduce a lot of people. Then Moderation, you know, the Saris boys from up in New York, they're always a strong contenders, and they were in the boat last year that here at Englewood, they flipped it. But didn't they flip it long ways? Instead of going barrel rolling sideways, they flipped it long ways.
I think so.
And that was a stuffing, 26-foot stuffing. And it was down on the south end of the course. I remember seeing it later on in the pits, and we saw the GoPro footage afterwards. It was amazing how that boat stuffed and flipped over. The boat that they have now is a boat that they said that they haven't seen too many of these, and they've got it set up, but they are not afraid to wring that thing's neck. It's amazing. Of course, him and his dad will be out later on in their Saris Racing boat in Class 4, and that's just a beautiful boat. I think it's a 1983 Cobra.
Is it?
And his Jason built the motors for it and injected. It's got the older injection flutes there on the top of the motors. It's a really cool setup. So who are you looking? Who you think's going to win in 6 today?
You know, that's a good question. You know, you got to factor in the weather today. You got to factor in who's going to be able to put the boat in the right position in that, and who else is going to be able to finish the race. I'm gonna go with. I I just feel like Logan's Heroes. This is their race. It's either that or Money Monster.
Really. Yeah, Steve LaPinta, that Magnum is a great boat. It's strong, but it's a little short today to be spanning these waves. I'm gonna think that Mikey and Jason are gonna be out front in MDG Offshore.
It is a little bit longer boat, built in Topeka, Kansas, not too far from our hometown. But yeah, you may be right. I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see. I think it's going to be the backside of the course that's really going to separate, first and second place. And
yep. Jason, they had a little bit of trouble with that boat. It's got a monster motor in it, of course, and when it takes a hard hit, it was sputtering out just a little bit. So they got that figured out. They didn't know if it was what race was that? It was either a carb issue or a fuel pickup issue. But yeah, we'll see how they do out here today. They've got the power for it, that's for sure. So here, yep, you got here on your screen, you got the pace boat. Donzie center console, bringing the boats up. They're going to go to the north end of the course, get them all lined up, and then they're going to do a parade lap for you. The closest one to us there is Team Moderation. Logan's Heroes is right over there on the other side. See how they're hopping around a little bit. Oh, here comes a big green boat. Money Monster. That's definitely a crowd favorite. They call it the flying football. Everybody wave to the Money Monster. Listen to that motor. It's ready to go. Synergy coming by, number 673. Sorry about that.
And that's the Dirty Martini boat, 620 on the outside of it.
There's been a martini boat that's raced before, but it wasn't Dirty Martini, so it's cool to see a new team out here racing with us here at OPA. You know what they've always said in the bracketed classes, you got a boat, bring it out, we'll find a class to put it in. I think the wind's picked up a little bit, Brian.
I think it has too.
What was it? 20-mile-an-hour winds with a gust of, that's
700?
Yes, yeah, something like that.
What a day.
Here comes Ray, chairman of Offshore, Team Horizon.
His little Donzie boat. It's a good looking boat. If you got a chance to see that yesterday at the street parade, it's a nice looking boat.
It's beautiful. Classic.
We got
just like he is a classic.
We got an opportunity to go to the street party last night, and it was a whole lot of fun. Saw all the boats up close. Got to talk to a bunch of racers and a bunch of spectators. Really had a good time. It was a really, really well done event back there out on the strip.
And it was down on the street instead of they had it at a different location last year. This year, down on the street, it was awesome.
Yeah,
and
packed.
Huge crowd. Everybody was coming out, talking to the racers. Some of them had their merch out. They had a kind of a few food area, and they had a concert going on down there. Had a great crowd. Like I said, it was a lot of fun. Great weather for it. They did the parade all the way down there.
Yeah. And actually, I heard, yesterday we did the Carnivore Cup with the dinosaurs racing on the beach here. And actually, I heard that some of the dinosaurs actually made it to the parade and rode on some of the boats down to the block party. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys are just jumping on here to the live stream, yesterday they had the inaugural Carnivore Cup, and basically all to be included in that race was you had to have a T-Rex costume on, one of those inflatable horses.
And there was a prize purse of $1,000.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
65 T-Rexes running down the beach. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a lot of fun. So
even had some little ones out there. Logan from Logan's Heroes, he said he was just going to tackle everybody that went past him.
And I think he did.
Evil Ed Smith was in one of those yesterday. It was hard for us to figure out who was who with their costumes on. So he ended up just sticking his head out of the costume. I'm like, Ed, I think it looked better with the T-Rex head. Might as well put yours back inside there.
Back inside. It was a good time, good fun had by everybody. So looks like we got them down in the milling area right now.
So Class 6 we have coming up here, folks. They're limited to 70 miles an hour. No boats over 26 feet in length. They've all got the Bravo-based outdrives, single engine only. There are a couple of grandfathered-in boats. The Bat boat can race in this class. And then there was a couple Armadas, but we don't have one of those out here today. But they have a 70-mile-an-hour breakout speed. And I apologize. I know that the wind is really messing with our mics today.
Yeah, we're trying to keep them covered as best we can, but it's a
steady wind.
It's a challenge. It is a challenge for sure. So.
I put on some sunblock, but we're definitely going to be windburned.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of fun though today. You know what? I wouldn't be anywhere else.
Yeah, anywhere else here at the race. You're right, but I'd like to have a wall here on the west end. On the north end, sorry.
Are you a little nervous up here at the third story of the scaffolding?
No, I don't think it's going to fall. We just may get blown off of it.
This, of course, is the Steph's Fabrication Specialist broadcast booth, one of our key sponsors, along with North Myrtle Beach RV Resort, here at the 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest. We're the Offshore Powerboat Association World Champions.
What time is it getting to be local time here, Brian?
It is 11:49.
We figured that this one would kick off right about noon. That looks like what it's going to do. They will do a parade lap first.
Looks like they're waiting for something down there. I'm not 100% sure what.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boats. Is there an eighth one's down there? These are small enough too, Brian. Like I was saying, they fall down in those troughs, and it's hard for us to see them.
It looks like the pace boat's going to start bringing them up right now.
Okay, we'll be underway here soon. Cool looking pace boat they got there, Brian.
Looks familiar, buddy.
It does. I like those Donzies like that.
Yeah, it looks like the pace boat's going to lead them right down here in front for the parade lap.
All right, everybody out there on the beach, give them a good wave. This is the parade lap. They won't be able to look over at the beach when they're racing, but right now they can.
Looks like we've got Ray Martino out on the lead of the parade lap.
Yeah.
Passed by Money Monster.
Money Monster is one of the only boats out here today that has a three-man crew. The only boat in this class that has a three-man crew. Synergy there going past the start boat. Logan's Heroes.
Dirty Martini, MDG.
Dirty Martini, MDG Offshore, and Team Moderation.
Folks, that's your Class 6 boats rolling past the start-finish boat right now. Being led down by the Donzi base boat.
Heck of a glare we got there.
Yeah, as we look down to the south end of the course, it's really kind of hard for us to see sometimes down in that turn because of the glare off the water.
We got some other sponsors here. We got for the 2023 Waterfest. We want to thank them. Of course, North Myrtle Beach RV and Dry Dock Marina is the title sponsor. And then we also have Cito that's helping out, and Beachcomber of Sarasota Key. We have the Beachcomber Trading Post, also Jim Litton, Sarasota Key Resort, the Waverly Bar, USA Fence, Rowley Insurance Agency, Waste Management, RJ Labady Construction, EG Vodka, Palm Trends Marketing, Speed on the Water, Cape Hayes Marine, Lock and Key Restaurant and Pub, Sandbar, Tiki Bar and Grill, Cat Ring Power, and Thoroughbred Golf Carts. The boats are just down on the south end of the course, folks. Pace boats taking them around for this parade lap. This is very important for these racers to get their bearings. They're going to come around, and at each checkpoint or turn buoy, they're going to get their reference points on the horizon and set their GPSs so that they can find their ways around this course. You know, a lot of times, like what we were having there in that first race, Brian, these turn buoys will kind of float out of the way, float away from where they are supposed to be. So if these guys have the GPS coordinates on their in their boat, they'll be able to continue around the race course in the right lane.
Yeah, and it looks like we had that problem with the turn 7 buoy. It looks like they've got that straightened back out and repositioned where it needed to be.
Did the Lauer boat class 6, or I'm sorry, class 7, did it get towed back in?
I didn't see that it got towed in.
So they were under their own power?
Yeah, it looked like they were.
What are you seeing out there, Brian? Is that a spectator boat out there that you're looking at?
Well, no, I don't think so. Looking to see who that is out there coming around down by the milling area.
Would that be one of the class 7s that are still out there on the course?
It doesn't look like it. Almost looks like one of the bat boats.
Really? Take a look for you. I did not see the bat boat come by, so it is not a requirement that they have to do the parade lap. So Rob may have opted just to not do that and stay up towards the milling circle to be ready to go. That is exactly what that is. That's the bat boat. Ultimate racing experience. They're probably trying to save their backs for the racing conditions. No need to go through this extra punishment.
Looks like the
pace boat's bringing them around the dog leg. Sorry about the wind there in my mic, folks. Got the chopper in the air right over them. Got a little public service announcement here local, the local feed. Got a lost little one up here. So on the back course there, you have the chopper following these boats around the parade lap. You got to wonder if these guys in the chopper are looking at these guys saying, hey, now, keep it in check, guys.
Yeah.
It's rough out here.
You know, that's one thing that they need to be able to understand, too, is that sometimes the chopper needs to have that communication between those boats to know that they're okay, even when they, like if they come off plane or they come into the, inside of the course, they want to make sure that they can communicate clearly with the chopper so that the chopper can take the necessary precautions to actually help the racers out on the course.
And the way they do that is with hand signals.
Right.
So if you are okay, don't need any assistance, then you give them the correct signal for that, and they can stay in the air and not have to stop the race in that regard. Look at that helicopter getting blown backwards.
Yeah. He's having just as much. He has to deal with the wind just as much as
He
everybody
does have
else,
a challenge.
So.
Yep.
So we've got the pace boat coming around turn 5 here in just a second, getting them lined back up. We'll get them back over here by turn 6 and 7 in the milling circle, and then we're going to go racing.
Yeah, we are. Get them all up there, captured up there on the north end of the course. I got Team Horizon there on the backstretch. Ray, he's needing to get up there.
Yeah,
I feel for him. That's going to be rough. I think the wind's picking up even more, Brian.
I think it has.
It's blowing my hat off here.
I'm not even wearing a hat. It's pretty bad up here.
Like we said earlier, if you weren't on the live stream with us during the first race, this wind has really picked up. And it's out the northwest, and it's a steady 20-mile-an-hour wind with gusts up to 30. And look at that white caps as far as you can see.
Okay, so it looks like the pace boat is back around to where they're going to mill those up and let the rest of the guys catch up on the course here. And then once we get everybody ready to go and set in their positions, we will lead them down the front straight away and go racing. Now the pace boat doesn't necessarily have to start them at the start-finish point they want to, but if they're not lined up properly, they're not in their correct positions, they'll take them down as far as they need to before they let them go.
Yep, until they get a good line, they do not have to let them go. I've seen it in past where they'll take them all the way around the first turn, but here today they've got a long straightaway, so they will let them go. I assume it'll be between the north end of the course and the start-finish boat. And, you know, they want to have enough time before they get to the first turn that they've kind of separated out a little bit, so that not everybody arrives at that corner at the same time. You know, but like we said in the first race, you have to maintain your lane all the way around the first turn. So no one can go to the inside or pinch anybody off in that first turn, because over the years that's been a very treacherous place.
Yeah, we always want to make sure that first turn, you know, a lot of people hold their breath on that first turn because that's a big point of contention for them. So.
Yeah, me being one of those. Even if I'm not out on the course, I will apologize. I usually get quiet right at that first turn. I'm always watching that and just holding my breath, making sure everybody makes it through there.
Yeah. You know, we've seen some pretty rough starts here in the last little bit here in the offshore world, and we just want to make sure that everybody's safe and racing well and
has a good, even and fair start. Yep. And I appreciate that they have these Class 7s and Class 6s racing by themselves today. That way you don't have a bigger, faster boat coming around them, crowding them in those corners after the race gets underway.
Yeah, and especially in these conditions where they're going to have to navigate around slower boats, I think it was a smart decision by race control.
I think they're just waiting on Ray to get over there into the milling circle. Once he's there, they're going to go ahead and bring the boats up on plane. Bring them right past the VIP tent here.
Right in front of the Steph's Fabrication broadcast booth here at beautiful Englewood Beach Waterfest.
You know, I hear the wind howling. Like I said earlier, if it's howling at home, it's usually cold.
Working on my tan out.
Yeah, the sun's coming out. All right. They've got all the boats up there in the milling circle. I don't see any orange smoke. Like we said earlier, it probably won't be getting much orange smoke today. Won't be able to see it, so windy. Wow, these gusts are something else. Trying to get them all over there. I don't see a yellow flag yet.
No, the pace boat's just sitting there right now. I think they were trying to communicate with Ray about something as he moves back into the milling circle.
Oh, we got a dolphin right out here.
Maybe waiting on that.
Perhaps. So from where we're standing, we're looking up to the north end of the course, and we're looking straight into the wind. So it's a northwest wind today.
Now, it looks like we've got a yellow flag out on the pace boat.
Great. So they're going to bring them up on plane, get everybody lined up, and head right this way.
Okay, here we go. Here comes the pace boat down under yellow flag.
Second race of the day here at the 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest. Still got a yellow. Money Monster's got the pole position. Still yellow, getting them all lined up. That boat's coming up from behind. You hear the RPMs come up. Those guys are chomping at the bit to get going. Still yellow. Still yellow. Get them lined up. There you go. Get everybody lined up a little bit better. Right past the start-finish boat. We got green, green, green. We're racing at the 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest for the OPA World Championships. Money Monsters, they're on the inside. They've got the pole position. They've got lane number 1. And everybody's skying these boats. Moderation looks like they're coming out there. And look, I think it's position number 6. Looks like they're out to a lead or neck and neck with Money Monster.
Yeah, these guys need to make sure they are holding their lane.
Here we go. We're getting close to the first turn, folks. Everybody hold their breath. So the guys on this outside on the left of your screen, they cannot pinch to the inside. Oh, somebody dove to the outside there.
Yeah, somebody went way outside out there. They may have seen someone out there they needed to get around, but they may have been worried about holding their line as well. So
Moderation looks like it's in first. Money Monster is battling it out for second. MDG Offshore is there. Just went past Money Monster. He's taking over second position. And I can't see who that... Oh!
there's a big air right there.
That's Rob Goodwin in the bat boat. Has moved into third position.
Yeah, that's going to be a challenging part of the course for everybody in any race today, is coming out of that second turn and then coming back in towards the dog lane past turn 3.
I can't tell right under the chopper if that's one of the race boats that's down off plane.
Yeah, I see one that's down off plane. It's hard to tell who it is. It looks like the chopper has checked in with them, maybe, or checking in with them now. Definitely have somebody down off plane.
I think that's one of our patrol boats, actually. Coming into the dog leg, you do have Moderation in the lead. They go tight into that corner. MDG Offshore is right on their hip. 2 boat links back behind them. Michael McCogan and Jason Gravata. Sorry to talk over the top of you there, Brian. Oh, look, they're going to try to take them on the inside.
It looks like MDG's done it.
They've got around him. Rob Goodwin in third position in the bat boat. Money Monster will be in fourth. And the boats that are coming into the dog leg, I can't tell for sure.
Yeah, it looks like MDG's falling back off a little bit.
So what we're going to see here in Class 6 is just like in 7. So these guys will get a good rhythm going, and if they take a bad hop, they'll lose their momentum going forward. In second place, if they're just within a boat length or 2, they're going to zip right past. So it's all about rhythm. It's all about timing. And, you know, some guys like a follow-and see or head-on see. It just depends. So,
and these guys are going to have to really take that into consideration, considering the wind and the wave condition today. So
right.
But
So
yeah.
Yeah, MDG Offshore has pulled up, was right next to Moderation.
Yep.
Moderation then stretches it out a little bit.
That's exactly what we were talking about, because MDG just hit a wave right there, backed them back out off the tail of Moderation.
And this is a classic example of why you have a driver and a throttleman. The driver's doing everything he can to hold on that steering wheel and get him around the course, and the throttle man has his hands full, running the throttles, running the trim, running the tabs, keeping it level and as fast as possible.
You know, and honestly, the ultimate boat racing bat boat is running nice and flat and smooth, just not up with first and second place yet. They're in third.
You know,
Money Monsters in fourth.
Rob has a lot of experience, though, and especially in those boats. Even though they're a smaller boat, he just went through a wave, just stuffed it there. And they do have a canopy, but that boat is great in rough water.
Yeah, now he was struggling there to get around turn 7.
Moderation there on your screen. Followed by about 8 boat lengths, MDG Offshore. Michael Lang and Jason Saris in that Moderation, having a great run. There you go, Michael Sadlin and Rob Goodwin in the bat boat. Those wings are actually meant to kind of keep it flying level.
Now further back in the course, Dirty Martini is really out there taking some punishment in those wakes. They're doing a good job of keeping that boat under control, but they are hitting the waves hard.
Right in front of your screen here, you got Money Monster.
Money Monster coming down here, getting ready to pass the start-finish boat.
That thing loves to fly.
You know, it sounds good. I thought maybe that they were off the pace a little bit because they may have been having some motor issues, but it sounds like it's doing just fine. They just happen to be dealing with the waves today, so.
Yep. That would be third place. Fourth place here is Synergy.
Coming down here in front of the start-finish boat. Off screen here, this.
Kevin and Marcus. Oh, took a bad hop there. On your screen, we have the boat coming around the north end of the course.
Martini.
Dirty Martini.
You can see they're taking a bunch of jumps, and you know, honestly, even with the waves being as rough as they are, those guys are doing a good job of keeping that boat flat.
They sure are. It's got great attitude. It comes past our booth here.
Yeah.
They're running a little bit of tab.
You know, they're a new team out here on this course, and we didn't get an opportunity to interview those guys yesterday, but they're doing a good job.
There on the back stretch, you got it going around the dog leg. Looks like Moderation's still out in the lead.
I don't see the bat boat.
It's got a very small profile, so if it's coming out of the glare, it'll be hard to see. You know, and the separation between Team Moderation and MDG Offshore has not changed very much. Those guys have it pretty well figured out, but as they go into this turn there on your screen, they're going straight into these seas. You'll see they'll take a flyer about every fourth or fifth big wave.
Yeah, I think that the ultimate boat racing is down off plane over by turn 3. Appear to be under their own power.
I don't see any safety flags yet.
I don't either.
There we have your leaders. Team Moderation going around turn 5. MDG Offshore right behind them, about eight boats back. See, they kind of get in those troughs there, get a good steady run.
Yeah, as they come around turn 6, headed to turn 7.
Yep. They kind of fall down in those waves. Then they're going to have to turn, come back in front of the beach. Chopper's following them around there. Turn 7. Ooh.
Yeah, these guys have really pulled away from anybody else that's next in line.
Yeah.
And moderation's actually put quite a bit of distance between first and second place now.
Yeah, they've stretched it out a little bit. You know, these two teams battle back and forth all the time at all the different races that we go to.
Yeah. MDG kind of had a rough turn around turn 7, hit some wake, lost a little speed.
So, and the way that they finish here, folks, everybody there on the beach, I don't know if you understand, but we got a bracketed speed. Ooh, missed a little bit there. So they'll have to download their GPS data and make sure that they haven't broken out of their speed bracket, which is 70 miles an hour for this Class 6 today.
Yeah, so even if a boat finishes in first or second place, those results are unofficial until we get the until we get their GPSs read.
Until we get the data. Yeah, exactly right. On the back side of the course, you got Money Monster headed out to turn 5.
I think that's Ray Martino way out there as well.
Oh, is it? The chairman of offshore.
And it looks like Logan's Heroes went back through the dog leg, and now they're coming headed up towards turn 5 now.
But on your screen right there, you have the Money Monster. They just went past Team Horizon.
On the screen now, we've got Logan's Heroes running back on the backstretch, heading towards turn 5.
With Sean Keller and Steve LaPinta. You know, we were talking to Steve, and we've talked on the broadcast before about his seating that he has in there.
Yeah.
And he said that one of the rough races, he's like, man, I got to get something. I got to get more cushion in these seats. Tearing me up. So hopefully he's got that figured out today. He's going to need it. It's rough
today.
out there.
We've got Money Monster coming around turn 7 now, heading back down the straightaway.
You know, with the tide, look at that. They're almost racing in the surf. Wow, look at those troughs that they're going through. This boat has been around the circuit for a lot of years. It's so much fun to watch. It's a great team that has this boat.
It's a great shot of them right now.
Money Monster. There I'm seeing the leaders on the backstretch, but we're going to go back up here to the north end of the course.
And it looks like we've got Logan's Heroes and Dirty Martini. I believe that's who that is.
I think it's Team Horizon, Brian. Yeah, that's Steve LaPinta, Logan's Heroes.
Oh yeah, you're right, passing Horizon.
That's all right. I don't know much, but I do know boats. Got his water pick up there, shooting a little bit of water in the air out of Logan's Heroes. And there's the chairman of offshore, Ray Martino, that beautiful Donzi, going past the start-finish boat. Such a great guy. If you get a chance, stop and say hi to Ray. He's got a lot of people down here with him this weekend.
Now I've got moderation out here on the front, followed by MDG. They got around Dirty Martini in turn 5. Now they're coming around turn 6 and 7 now.
Man, they're hard charging too. Great race. Look at that popping through that corner.
Yeah, and you know what? You've always got to get as far as, it's going to sound kind of dumb, you always want to get as far as you can because you never know what's going to happen. You may catch a wave, you may catch something that slows you down off pace, and if you continue to build that lead, that just guarantees you a better spot. So
Yeah, they do have a great setup on team moderation. The Saris boys really do know how to set up a boat. And their Cobra later, I'll be excited to see how it takes this rough water out here today. There we have second place, MDG Offshore, Mikey McColgan, Jason Gravatos in the Protector boat. You hear that monster motor go by, dry exhaust.
yeah, I was listening to that. It sounds like it's doing well.
Yeah, it's nice and crisp. Here you have Dirty Martini.
Martini coming across the start-finish boat. You know, still that boat looks great. It's nice and flat, just off the pace.
I believe that is a Corsa Martini.
You're right.
And I guess they just don't wash it. So Dirty Martini.
I think it's in reference to the drink, maybe.
Okay. Looking right into the glare, folks. It's hard to see exactly who's coming around that dog leg.
Looks like we've got Money Monster on the screen right now, coming past the dog leg.
That is Money Monster. You are correct. Wow, these seas really picked up.
Yeah, and
Now-
it looks like the Ultimate Boat Racing guys are out. They're down on the far end of the course. I don't know if they're under power or not, or we're going back. They were running a great race.
You know, but like you were saying, this rough water can jar anything loose. Your teeth, electrical connections, throttle linkage, anything.
Yet honestly, I'm surprised we haven't seen more attrition today than
Yeah.
so.
And in these shorter boats and these smaller boats, not many boats are going to be breaking out today. I wouldn't think.
It'd be a surprise if they did.
Yeah. Money Monsters out there just running their own race. And Ray Martino in Team Horizon has gone through the dog leg. Who's that coming up? Is that Moderation that's coming around, about ready to lap Team Horizon? Who's at the dog leg right now? That looks like Moderation. I can tell by the profile of the boat.
Yeah. It looks like they're coming up on maybe Logan's Heroes too. Maybe.
Oh, that is, Logan's Heroes does have that spray coming up.
Yep.
I stand corrected.
MDG just went through the dog leg there.
Wow, there's some big waves out there on that backstretch. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow. They hit so hard that they almost come to a complete standstill.
It looks like it. When those boats get off that wake and into the wind, it just becomes
Like a big kite.
like a big kite. Exactly right.
Here you have Moderation going past Logan's Heroes. MDG Offshore is back. That separation, Brian, really hasn't changed too much here. The last half a lap.
Nope. So you see the boats go around turn 5 there. Moderation still in first place.
Wow, they're running it. Both those boats are running a great race.
Yeah.
So they've now overtaken Logan's Heroes.
Yep, and MDG's about to do the same thing. And if we continue, they might, if there's enough laps left, they might catch Money Monster. Which I think by my calculation, Money Monster's in third place.
Yeah, and Money Monster here on the front stretch sounds good and crisp when they're going past, but they were really slow on that back stretch between the dog leg and turn 5.
They may just be taking it easy, just trying to get through the day here.
Here you have Michael Lang, Jason Saris in team moderation. They're your leaders today. Coming in second place. Whoa, Mikey McColgan, Jason Granados take a huge flyer there. Well, they sit down way deep in that boat.
Yeah, that boat's got an interesting cutout on the side of the boat. If you get a chance to look at that up close, it's really an interesting boat how that's built.
Yeah, the freeboard on the side of it.
Yep.
Yep. There on your screen, you see Logan's Heroes going past the start-finish yacht. I can hear a miss there in that motor too. When they get past this, I can hear that a little bit better, that exhaust.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Beautiful blue water when we're looking towards the north end of the course. When we're looking towards the south, it's nothing but a big glare. What are you seeing out there, Brian?
Oh, just looking. It looks like Ray Martino's way off course as far as on the way outside west. He may have just decided to
take it easy.
Take it easy and call it a day. It's rough out there for those guys.
There on your screen we have Dirty Martini, still out, getting a lot of experience for that new team. You know, those courses are fast boats too. They really are. There's been a lot of courses that have raced with us over the years.
Yep, I've raced a course at the shootout with our buddy Mike Gordon.
Yeah, yeah. And that boat used to race in A class back in the day.
Yep, that's.
There was a couple courses that raced in A class. Yeah, what was your speed at the shootout?
87.
Well, he can't run this course that fast today. They'll break out and get last place. So they're pretty stretched out now, guys. It's just a game of attrition. See who can finish the race. See how much punishment the boat can take and the crew itself. On that dog leg back there, I will say that it does look like Moderation has got past Money Monster.
I was just getting ready to say Moderation is past Money Monster, and MDG's coming up quick behind it.
You got to hand it to the Moderation crew. Michael and Johnny Saris, they're just running a great race today.
Yeah, and I'm watching them run down the back stretch here, and the attitude of that boat, even in the big wake, is really nice. Nice and flat. Even when they're getting, occasionally they get some big air that's, not very flat, but, a large percentage of the time that boat is running flat and straight and true, so.
Well, his dad, Jason Saris, has been around boat racing 4 years and definitely knows how to set up a boat. I was asking him what kind of boat that was, and I said, but it looks like a lot like an older and a little bit shorter Scarab Panther. And he goes, yeah, it's got that look to it, but I'll have to get the exact manufacturer of that. It is not a Scarab Panther. When I asked him, what was the name of that? And I said, well, what's that? And he goes, yeah, right. I don't know either.
Just got a message from our good friend Mike Gordon saying that the course that we raced is still a championship boat. Still a reigning A-class national champion.
Oh, really? Yeah, that was Steve Miklos raced that boat.
Steve Miklos still owns that boat, so I don't think Steve would ever sell that boat either.
No, it's near and dear to his heart.
And it looks like MDG's gotten around Money Monster as well as they come into turn 6, headed towards turn 7. Moderation's still out in front.
Do I see a checkered flag? I sure do. Team Moderation's going to come past our finish line here and take the win in Class 6. Congratulations. They're waving to the checkered flag. Congratulations. Team Moderation takes the win in Class 6 here for the 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest World Championships. Second place looks like it's going to go to MDG Offshore, Jason Gravatas, Mikey McColgan in the Protector. They're just coming past, taking their flag.
Now, Money Monster is going to come in and pass this, but they've got another lap to go.
They still have correct. They're one lap down. But they would be in third place, correct? That's what you told me.
That's what it's looking like. They would be in third place. So as long as they're able to...
Now, they're getting a checkered flag, too.
Yeah, I don't think that's correct.
By our calculations, they would still need to complete one more full lap.
Yeah, and it looks like the way they've pulled tape on the boat, too, they think the same thing, so...
So they would be in third. And that would put Logan's Heroes in fourth.
And then probably Dirty Martini after that.
Would be in fifth, correct?
Yeah.
And then Ray would be in sixth.
Yeah.
Still out there.
Now, for some of you folks that don't know, when you heard me reference pulling tape in the boat just a minute ago, a lot of times the boat racers will put tape, pieces of tape that are numbered on there so that they can count laps. And as they pull them off, when they go past the start-finish boat, they know exactly what lap that is. So that's how they count those laps in the boat. And it used to be that, most of the boats had a third person in the boat as a navigator, and a lot of boats have gone away from that for a number of reasons, but Money Monster actually has a navigator in there today, so...
Yeah, that's how we keep track of laps too. And you get excited, and you don't always remember to pull those tape. As evidence is here in our booth,
Yep.
we've got pieces of tape still hanging there.
Got Logan's Heroes coming across here.
They're waving, looking to see if they should stop. But by our calculation, they would have one more lap to go.
I would think they have one more lap too, but it looks like they're pulling up to the inside.
Steve's a good friend of ours. He's probably had enough punishment for today.
I don't blame him. Whoa!
Big flyer there.
Dirty Martini just took a huge flyer out there. Came down and landed. Did a good job with that.
So we're going to wrap up this race for the second race of the day. This is coming to a conclusion. We still have race boats out there on the course. The next race will be starting, we'll have Mod V and Stock V, and that'll be the largest race of the day with 13 boats out on the course. You'll see us thrashing around here in the booth trying to keep everything straight. Are you seeing?
I'm watching the Dirty Martini guys come around. They've come around turn 5, headed for turn 6, turn 7. That should be their last lap.
They've had a great showing today.
I think they've done an awesome job.
Yeah, brand new team out here to the race course. I don't know how long they've had that boat. We need to talk to them in the pits and get the skinny on it.
Yeah, but you're right. I think they've put on a good show today. I think they've done an excellent job, and really, actually, all the racers on the course here today have done a great job. We've had a couple of boats that have suffered a little attrition and not finished, but everybody's been safe and running well.
Yeah, no incidents really per se. We've had some hard hits,
Dirty Martini coming around turn 7 now, headed towards the start-finish boat. Got some of the other boats that are coming, headed back to the pits. Money Monster just went through the dog leg. It's headed toward turn 5, finished their last bit of their race.
Dirty Martini with Pat Marlowe and Michael what is that? Art and Jetty? You're Italian.
You really are from Kansas, aren't you?
Yeah. I butcher all those names.
Yeah, it looks like Dirty Martini, I think, still has one more lap to go as well. I did not see a checkered flag for them. When Money Monster comes around, that should be their final lap.
And they may go ahead and stop the race at that point. I don't see the other race boats. I think we've got a little bit of a break here before we go into our third race of the day. I don't see the other boats at the other end of the course getting ready.
Yeah, not either. See some of our other friend teams down here on the beach checking out some of their competition for later today.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out the water.
Yeah.
They're probably going to go back, put as much ballast in the boats as they can.
Maybe do a prop change as well.
Yeah. If you have a question whether to go big or go small on the prop size, I'd definitely go small today.
Well, that's just what I was going to ask you. So if you're setting a boat up today, like if you're setting your boat up for these conditions, what's going through your mind, or what do you think's going through some of these racers' minds as they prepare for races later today?
So, some of these teams have many props to choose from. When I was racing, I didn't have, that big of a selection. I had a couple of different sets, and I would definitely go with my smaller set today. And then I would be putting lead weight in the front of the boat, and I'd probably put about 50 pounds up front, and about midship I'd probably put another 150 pounds up there. And my boat, if I didn't have a third person in it, it's set up as you know, it has that center steer. I would need another 150 pounds on that on the starboard side to keep it flying level, especially today with this quartering wind here on this front stretch.
Yep. We've got Money Monster coming through here, and they are going to call the end of this race right here.
Yeah, red flag on that. They're going to go ahead and wrap this race up.
These guys are going to head back to the pits.
Second race of the day here at the 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest. We got 3 more races for you today, still to come. Like we said earlier, the third race is going to be the Mod V, Stock Vs, and Class 5. Then race number 4 is going to be the V Extreme, the Super Stock, Class 3, and Class 4. And the 5th and final race of the day today is going to be the Unlimited Boat, the Super Cat, Factory Stock, and Class 2. I'm going to step away for just a moment here, and we'll get a heads up for the next race coming up. So stick with us here for the 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest. Folks, we'll be back here live as soon as we got race number 3 ready to go.
Stock V in Class 5.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here live. We're going to be starting the third race here very soon. Third race of the day is going to be the Mod V, the Stock Vs, and Class 5. We're going to have 13 boats out there on the course for this third race of the day. We'll give you a rundown of who that's going to be. In the Mod V, Brian, who we got? We got first boat is Absolutely Not with David Kelly and Mark Gibbons.
Yep, and then Allied Offshore Racing with Jake Nix and Mark Fernandez.
So that boat, they just bought that boat here a race ago.
Okay.
And so it's a new boat to them. Great to see them out there racing. I think that was the Shocker boat before.
Gotcha.
And then Stock V, who we got in Stock V, Brian?
Stock V, we've got number 3, What's Up with Ed Smith and Anthony Smith.
Then, of course, we got number 26, Cigar Monster with Jimmy Whistle and Rob Goodwin.
Yep, and then boat number 53, The Firm with Pedro Rivero and Chris Uzalina.
You know, and I just saw that boat go by. That's a really cool boat. We saw it out over in the pits earlier today. It should be a really good race in Stock V.
Yep.
Then we got the Class 5, and we got a good field of 8 boats today in Class 5. Go ahead, give us a lineup, Brian.
So Class 5, we've got boat 509, Shoreline Plumbing with Brent. Oh, I'm sorry.
They're
Brent and Jason Saris.
Yep, Jason Saris. So Johnny's dad, Jason's going to be throttling that boat today.
Okay.
Then we have TC Marine with Lou LaFerrera and Tom Crawley.
Yep, and then 521 Shocker with Chris Colson and Ray Evans.
Yep. Then we have 522 Rum Runner. Mikey McColgan's back out here on the course with
Doing double duty today.
Yep, with Fran Vellatuto. That's always a strong running boat, man.
Yep, and then 524 Sweat Equity with Jason Bison and Greg DiRizzio.
Yeah, and Sweat Equity, and they've also got a navigator in there too. I think Angela Pierce is going to be in there helping them around the course. Then we got number 528 Hammerhead with Dennis Austin and Don Jackson.
Yep, and then 555 Mean Streak with Jeremy Hillis and Vance Hagen.
Vance Hagen, yeah, and they got a new motor in that, or went back to their old motor, actually.
Yeah, they've had some motor problems with that, and they were talking a little bit about that in the pits yesterday. So
yeah, that's a really cool boat. Then we have Yabba Dabba Doo, number 577 with Larry James and J.D. Vines. So the pace boat's already taken them up to the north end of the course. It's still blowing. If you haven't been on here with us for the first 2 races, it's blowing really hard here today in Englewood. We've got a good 20-mile-an-hour wind out of the north-northwest, which is on the north end of the course here. There's nothing to break that wind.
yeah, it's at least that. We apologize for the excessive wind noise. We're trying to do our best to keep our mics covered while we're talking, but it is what it is, unfortunately. So
Yeah. Extreme conditions today.
but last year it was raining, so I would take this over rain.
Yes, definitely. Our glasses are blowing around up here, and everything's blowing around up here. So it is a beautiful day, though. It's sunny. The
Yeah.
clouds have gone away. They're inshore a little bit. So we'll be underway here soon for the third race of the day. So, Brian, I can let a little bit out of the secrets here. I've heard you say that if you had your druthers, you'd be racing in either a Mod V or a Stock V.
Oh,
and yeah,
You're going to ask me which one I want?
yeah. So here's your boats out here, your favorite ones.
Well, Waz Up is one of my favorite boats in Stock V. It's just a fun boat to watch, and I like that class in general anyway. But the Cigar Monster boat's it's pretty cool too.
Yeah, it sure is.
You know, and Jimmy and Robbie in that Cigar Monster boat, they've run every lap on the Opay circuit this year. I don't know if you knew that or not. They've run every lap.
That's so cool. You know, and that's a new boat to them this season.
This is their first season.
And they said they just wanted to go out and get some experience in that boat. They'd have a lot of boat experience in the Rendell designs.
Right.
We call it the Bat Boat. You know, it's confusing for the spectators and for the viewers at home when we say Bat Boat, because we have Elliot Gray that's here today with the Catamaran Bat Boat.
Bat Boat.
So that's
Batman.
really what we ought to be calling the Bat Boat. Yet those rondelle designs are really cool, and they have a lot of experience in that. So they jumped into this Phantom this year, and they said, we're just wanting to go out and get a lot of experience, some time in this boat, and they're right here in the hunt of it. They really are.
Yeah, and have had a lot of fun this year. So great guys to be around, great team, lots of fun.
Lots of enthusiasm with that crew, that's for sure.
And then, of course, the What's Up guys, Ed Smith and Anthony Smith, running all sorts of What's Up boats and landed on this. And I heard, they keep talking about this mystery fountain that they have.
Yeah, they do have. They have a big fountain back home, a 40-footer that they're putting together to go against Evil Ed Smith and the Knuckleheads boat. And so they said that this winter they're really going to bear down and try to get that thing completely.
Yeah, they said they just needed some time to get the thing put back together. They're super busy at the marina back at home, and up in Jersey, it's that time of year when, unfortunately, guys like us up north have to winterize boats and things like that. A luxury that you don't have to worry about down here in Florida.
Yep. And so today we have in Class 5, we have the Shockers. Shocker team has changed up their boat stable a little bit, and this is the twin engine boat, the Nitra, the 29-foot Nitra with the twin outboards. They're going to be racing today in Class 5. It's really cool.
It's a good looking boat.
Oh, it's beautiful. Very stealthy looking.
Yeah.
Especially with the gray paint.
Yeah. Cool boat. We saw that in the pits on Thursday. So we got most of the boats down here in the milling circle right now. They are getting lined up and getting prepared to come down. And looks like the Donzi's down there just waiting for everybody to finally get down there. I don't know if we are waiting for.
I don't see a chopper.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see the chopper quite yet in the air. We may be waiting just a moment on that. They may have had to go refuel. They probably used a lot more fuel in this wind than they normally would be my speculation.
What's going to be our second pace boat today?
That's a really good question. I don't think I know.
They may be just doing one start with classes separated on lanes.
Oh,
so
maybe.
The faster ones will be towards the inside, and the slower classes will be on the outside. And they'll still have to maintain those lanes all the way around the first corner.
Well, I thought there wasn't there a fountain that was going to come out and do the...
Yeah, the red fountain that was
at the street party last night. I don't see it down there necessarily.
I saw it at the other end of the course earlier today. I think I still see it out there. 42, I think. It's a big one. Nice and sunny out here today, but it is bumpy.
Yeah, there's some big wake that's coming across the straightaway here. It looks like we've got the pace boat coming up on plane.
They will do a parade lap. They'll bring us down and around the course just so everybody can get their bearings, get the kind of landmarks to where they can point the boat after they come out of every corner.
I don't see anybody following the pace boat yet.
Wonder what's up with that. Maybe that boat has transitioned into a safety boat. I do see another bigger center console down there. I think it's a Nortec center console. That has a red flag on it.
Yeah, the Donzi's got a red flag on it too. I don't know if we've waiting on something or if we've got a... Looks like all the buoys are in place. I didn't know if maybe we were missing a buoy or something. They look like they're in good spots, so
we'll be underway here soon. So far, it's been a great day. We got a great crowd out here on the beach. A lot of vendors and everything. Nobody's tents blown away. The shirts this year are beautiful. We mentioned that earlier. Guy Harvey design. They've got the dry fit shirts with what boats are on there this year? North Myrtle Beach RV is on the shirt, along with the
It does look like we've got a second
Mean
pace
streak.
boat that's going to be down, that's coming down. It looks like their boats are following them down, so
Parade lap. Yep.
yeah.
That's that big Nortec center console. Going to show them all around the course. See over there, you see Rum Runner moving around, bouncing around. Mean Streak there in between them. Allied there on your screen. Fran and Mikey in that Rum Runner, they're going to be a strong contender here today. There's the Nitra that's stealthy looking. It's gray, but it looks black here from our vantage point. Is that Shoreline Plumbing there coming by the start finish boat? Absolutely not. Which was built as a Fountain Super V Light.
I did not see Cigar Monster.
No, I haven't. Here's the Firm.
And then is that Was Up still down there on the end?
Yeah. They probably opted to not do the parade lap. Those guys have been around this course enough, they know where to go. Now there's another boat down there, but it's an open boat, so that's not Cigar Monster.
Yeah, I don't see Cigar Monster on the course at all.
Rum Runners, as they were running around the pits earlier today, they've got some local sponsors that jumped on board to support them here in Englewood. They got Nautical Sewing and Upholstery here in Englewood Beach, and we got Swirls and Curls, voted Englewood's voted best of Englewood. They're here in Englewood Beach, Florida as well. Then we got Barbino's Pizzeria off of Magnolia Avenue. Sheer Sailing Salon and Tanning, and Cape Hayes Tavern. Good to see that they jumped on to support that team. The great team. Have representing your brand, that's for sure.
So it looks like all the boats are down past turn 1 now. Heading up over to turn 2 on the parade lap.
You know, I was worried about the wind, or I mean, of course the wind, but the clouds earlier today, and they've cleared out, and it is sunny.
That is not a concern today.
Definitely not. SpaceX had a big rocket that was being launched off the east coast of Florida. Was that this morning?
Yeah, I never heard a time when it was supposed to go off. It's supposed to be this morning sometime, but I don't know when.
Yeah, and we had enough cloud cover that we couldn't see it from over here. Our perch is high enough, we probably could have seen it.
Could have seen it. Wave to them.
Yeah. Good luck, guys. Those are unmanned, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's too bad. I really wanted to see Jimmy and Robbie out here in the cigarmonster.com. You know, if you're into cigars, you can jump on cigarmonster.com and get their daily special and monthly special. It's a good way to get really good cigars at a great price.
Yeah, I'm really surprised they're not out here. I don't know what happened. If they didn't make it, or you know, Rob was in that boat earlier.
You know, and they finished early. They didn't complete all the laps, so hope everything's all right with them. Robbie is a heck of a competitor, though. If there's a chance, or if there's a way for him to get back out there, he would.
Yeah, both those guys are, you know it.
No, they are. They're taking them around the dog leg on the back stretch. I know it's a lot of glare for your TVs and monitors at home.
we talk a lot of times about, boats that have engine problems and things like that. And I know we've said this before in the past, I want to just make sure we talk about it again. It's like everybody that's in the pits is always pulling for other teams. There's people that are borrowing motors and helping with, whatever problem to get people out on the race course to allow them to continue to race. And it's just one big family down there. And, people hear us talk about that a lot, but it truly is. You go down to the pits at any given moment and say, hey, man, I got this problem. And somebody somewhere generally has a solution that's going to get you back out on the course.
Oh, definitely. And they'll do anything they can to get you out on the course, and then the friendship kind of goes away.
As soon as that green flag goes up, watch out.
Yep. And that's racing in every kind of motorsport there is. Even more so here, the camaraderie between the teams. These guys are traveling so far, Brian. We've got teams that are here from Lake of the Ozarks. We've got teams that are from New York, have come all the way down here. That's 24 hours of driving. Long Island had the Rileys that came. They said it was 24 hours to get down here.
Yep.
They had 4 guys in the truck. 3 of them drove. They brought their own mascot, Chippy's, there for moral support.
And now we've got the safety chopper in the air.
Safety assets on site, ready to go. They're just coming around turns 5, 6, and 7, so they're going to take them up there to the north end of the course, get them in their perspective milling circles, and then we tried to look for orange smoke earlier today. I think with this wind, though, we never did see it.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing it. I was looking over the pits to see if I could see Cigar Monster, and I just can't quite see where their
pit stall is. Yeah. Huge crowd here today, up and down the beach. We got about how many rows deep is that? 10, 12 rows deep out there on the beach. We got the VIP tent here.
Lots of spectators.
I hear they're having a hard time hearing us in the VIP tent because the speakers for the VIP tent are behind the windbreak there for them. Some of the peanut gallery friends of mine have been saying, "Speak up."
Well, we're doing our best in this wind, so
That's right. We're trying. I'm gonna need to get a safety strap me to the top of this thing.
it's drying my eyeballs out.
Yeah.
So it looks like the pace boat is back, and they are back in the milling circle right now. The last couple boats are coming past turn 5, headed down to the milling circle, and
So how many laps are we doing for, let's see, Mod V and Stock V, what are they doing?
10 laps each.
Yep. And then Class 5, how many laps are
Class
they
5
doing?
is going to be doing 8 laps.
Okay. So Mod V and Stock V will be doing 40 miles then on this 4-mile course, and 32 miles for Class 5. If you look up there at the north end of the course, up by the milling circle, you see that turn boat, that big cruiser, and it's rocking and rolling, man. How big do you think this water is right now?
Big enough. I don't know. It's probably 3-footers out there, 3-4 footers. Would you say?
Yeah. I mean, if you were picking, I wouldn't want to go out and race today in a Class 7 or Class 6, but any of these would be a blast today.
Yeah, it looks like we've got one more boat that's just coming around turn 5 now.
Yeah, and the Nitra there is headed up towards the milling circle. Helicopter's going right down on top of them. It's windy, Brian.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
There's more whitecaps out there than there was earlier. Now tomorrow, from the forecast I saw, though, this isn't the forecast we saw.
Today's not. No, today we saw considerably less wind, and they were wrong. They were incorrect.
Right. So, but tomorrow it's supposed to lay down even more. It's supposed to be smooth tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see.
Try to protect my mic a little bit more so you don't get the wind noise. I think that's working there.
Yeah.
Chopper's in the air. What's that red boat over there to the left, Brian?
Well, that's the one I was trying to see that was coming in later. I'm not sure which one that is.
This guy's going to have to cinch up those straps tight.
Okay, looks like we've got a pace boat coming down the course here with a yellow flag.
That
So
is
start one is going to be Mod V and Stock V. We've got a yellow flag.
Allied looks like it's on the inside. There, that's a darker looking Phantom right there. That looks like it's Cigar Monster to
They
me.
may have made it out there.
They
may
must have
just
been up
missed
there
it.
waiting on the north end. Still under yellow. Still got yellow. That's great to see. They're out there. Wow, look at Allied was down in that trough. You could hardly see. You could just see the top of the canopy. So we got Allied on the inside. Cigar Monster in position number 2. We got green. We're racing here for the 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest for the OPA World Championships. Now this class, folks, they don't have any breakout at speed. They're going as fast as they can.
Now wise up, Cigar Monster, running neck and neck. Allied looks like it's falling off.
Just a little bit. Absolutely not. It's right behind them. You know, they've got that side exhaust, so that their exhaust sounds a little bit different, but I think I hear a miss in there. I'm going to watch to the front here. You watch that first turn with the Stock V and the Mod Vs.
And we'll keep an eye on those guys. We'll get yellow flag on the start number 2 for Class 5.
Class 5 is still yellow. Still yellow. Still yellow. They're lining them up. Everybody's doing their best. Get in like green. We're racing for Class 5 here. 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest. Fran and Mikey have jumped out to an early lead at Rum Runners. Shoreline Plumbing on the inside. No, I'm sorry, that's not Shoreline, that's TC Marine. Mean Streak, Shoreline Plumbing are all right neck and neck. Now going past is the Nitra. They're off the pace a little bit there. It was a good start, but everybody has to maintain their lanes around this first turn. Boy, they're really spreading out already.
Yeah, and it looks like everybody in Stock V and Mod V made it around the first turn okay, coming around to turn 2.
Wow, there's some big spray down there. These guys are taking some big hits. Whoa, what was that? Mean Streak took a huge flyer there. They're just about to the corner. Rum Runners already through the first turn. Everybody else, second place is a battle between about 4 boats. Looks like TC Marine with Tom Crawley. You know, they came all the way to Lake the Ozarks to race that thing at the shootout. It's a Kryptonite, really cool boat. They've taken over. They are second place. They're bouncing around so much I can't tell who's in third. Going into the dogleg, though, we have the Firm is in first place. First boat to the dogleg. Looks like CigarMonster.com is in second, about 5 boat lengths back behind them. And almost to the dogleg now is Team Waz Up. Anthony Smith, Smitty Smith, his dad, father and son team. And And who's that coming into that turn right there? That's Allied. Team Allied in the, would this be their second race?
Yep. They raced that boat so hard at the last race that part of the wrap was coming off the side of the boat.
Yeah. And
There's no quitting those guys at all.
that's awesome. On the screen there, you have the firm is out to a good lead. Followed by CigarMonster.com in the stock V. And Allied would be actually leading the race in Mod V. They were. We do have somebody that's come down off a plane. Oh, that's Team Waz Up.
Yeah, they're down off plane for sure, getting past.
Yep. Rum Runner's just going past him there on the back stretch.
I don't know if maybe they took a hard hit. They're still under their own power.
They're trying to get it back up on plane. Shoreline Plumbing is right neck and neck with TC Marine, trying to take over second place in Class 5. If you're going to battle it out in rough water, having Jason Saracen there be a great throttleman. Tons of experience. And that's a Y2K Superboat. And they've taken over second place from TC Marine.
Okay, now we got here on the screen, we've got firm that is coming down through.
That's a great look at that boat. Wow.
Yeah.
Great attitude. But you can hear they're
hear it.
doing a lot of throttling there
Yeah.
today. Throttlemans are earning their keep.
Yeah, listen to Cigar Monsters, they're coming by. Yeah, they're bouncing off the rev limiter too, so.
Going around the north end of the course. There you see Rum Runner taking a good hop.
Yeah, but even when when Rum Runner comes across there, even though those big hops, they're still airing it out and they're still fun. Whoa, big jump by there. Another one, as those guys come down close to the start finish boat.
It's a KV Scarab.
Big jump, big air right there by start finish boat.
Second place would be Shoreline Plumbing. 30-foot Superboat. Third place would be number 514, TC Marine,
Yep,
in the
we've got-
Kryptonite. Mean Streak's coming in here in fourth place.
Yep, Mean Street's coming down the front straightaway right now, getting ready to pass the start finish boat.
That's a DCB off the West Coast. They were telling us how discouraged they were. They had that brand new motor, monster motor, ready to go, and had some bad luck with it. Had to switch it out. Then they've got their
23-year-old motor.
Yeah, Old Faithful, they said. Here's your favorite boat. Waz Up going past the start-finish boat. I wonder if they're having a guardian issue or something like that in that Phantom there today. Ed Smith and Anthony Smith.
I don't hear it popping or anything, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that. Those guys are usually lightning fast.
Yep. Look at that big roller coming in here.
Yep.
Wow.
Right
There-
across the straightaway.
There's some big sets of waves coming in here. It's not boat wakes. It's really picking up here. There's rollers out there, Brian. There's a good two foot, but then every once in a while there's a 3 and a 4.
Yeah, we've got Shocker that's out there on the video right now.
Up on the turn 5.
coming through turn 5.
Yep.
Getting a little camera work from our camera guy Doug down on the beach.
I think that's Yabba Dabba Doo right in front of them, the red boat. Here we have the Warlock coming past the start-finish boat. You've got to be pulling for them. You've got one of those back home in the shop.
I do.
putting that together. This would
Hammerhead.
be your class.
It would be. Scoping them out right now.
Well, it's hard to tell with the screen there. A lot of glare. Whoa, look at that big flyer. There's some big humps out there in that back stretch, folks.
Yeah, when they start to come past that dog leg and they start going back out to the northwest of here, that's when we're really seeing these boats air out. Now, these boats are a little bit longer, so they're able to span that, but even still.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, Fran and Mikey are doing a great job in that 26-foot Scarab. Look at that. It's flying nice and level.
Yeah, it looks like some of these Class 5 boats have kind of slowed a little bit.
Sweat Equity coming by there with the outboards. This one, that is Yabba Dabba Doo in the red boat coming past our broadcast booth. You know, like we were saying though, anything can be happening with these guys. When the ones that are slowing down, the shockers coming past here too, they're having a hard time with that. But it's a brand new boat to them.
Yeah, and we've got Wa's Up that's coming in your camera screen here right now, coming down the front straightaway, and
that is.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is
the firm. Showing everybody
just
how to
getting
get
ready to say-
around the course.
I thought it was Wa's Up, and I was just saying, man, they look a whole lot better than they did. Well, now we know why.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
They're not leader.
They're not backing off at all. Hard charging into that sea out there today. We go back up to the north end again, coming around turn 7. We still have out in front in Class 5 is the Rum Runner team. Mikey McColgan, Fran Vellatutto.
You know, and you see that boat when it comes off that wake right there. It actually looks like it's kind of nosing back in, which is going to be what they're going to want. That's keeping them from flying way out and scrubbing off a bunch of speed.
Yeah, they want to keep the momentum going as best they can. Now, that's a 26-foot boat being chased by a 30-foot boat. So they've got, you know, a little bit more mass to span these waves. So you can see they're catching right up to them too. Look at that. TC Marine and Kryptonite. Whoa, almost took a stuff there. Those are those sets that I'm telling you about. You can look out through here and see that every once in a while we've got a set that are just, those are 3s and 4s.
Yeah, easy. Yep. That TC Marine boat, I mean, it runs well, and it runs flat and smooth, but it's struggling a little bit in this wake. Yeah, right there.
Huge spray. So what they're doing is that they're hitting those, every once in a while they'll get those sets where the front of the boat will come in and just huge spray as they almost stuff the boat. Come around the north end of the course again, and we're covering that a lot for you folks because of the glare.
Right
we can't
here.
really see the south end. Mean Streak on your screen with Jeremy and Vance. That's another great team. Every one of their friends has a Mean Street shirt on. Huge crew with them today. Got a great attitude there. Boat looks great. You see they kind of fall down in those troughs.
Yeah. Got some boats back on the backside of the course here that look like they may be down off plane. Got several of them coming through the dogleg right now.
That's the firm still in the lead. In Stock V, they've led from the beginning, and they're going past. I
Big
believe
flyer.
that's the Warlock that they're going to go past right now.
Yeah, that hammerhead boat, the Warlock there, it usually runs really, really well, even in rough seas, and seems to be struggling a little bit with this wave set right now. So
Right now on the screen, we have Waz Up, Ed Smith and Anthony Smith.
coming around turn 7.
Yep, come right down along the beach. They're off the pace today. You know, they had been have been having trouble with their props. They ran into that situation up there in Lake Apacong where they
Dinged up some props, yeah.
yeah, dinged them up right there at the crane. And that was their favorite go-to prop.
I'm wondering what prop they put on the boat today.
He'll tell you. Once we get done, we'll ask him. I don't think they'll answer a telephone call if I call them right now. But they might.
They might.
On the screen, going through turns 5 and 6, headed towards 6. That's Shoreline Plumbing, and they have taken over first place from Rum Runners, and they've got, what do they have? They've got like a 5-second lead at this point.
At least, yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't see that happen. It must have happened on the other side in the glare. So the firm coming past our VIP tent here on the beach. Shoreline Plumbing is right behind them.
Yeah, I
That'd
wonder.
be on the same lap too. You got a class 5 about ready to catch a stock V. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive, folks.
And that's driving. I mean, I wonder if something happened to Rum Runner because they are way back now. And I mean, they're still in second place, but
Still running hard. They must have had something happen there on that back stretch, though. Wow, it's going to make for some great pictures. We'll want to give a shout out to our friend Ryan Walker. He was here at the event and had a incident on his scooter, I think. We'll wish him the best.
yeah, he's missing some opportunities today, but we wish him the best. Speedy, quick recovery.
TC Marines pointing that nose down in the water there, dragging the tabs. That's going to be really rough on that boat. It's tough to run them like that. Kind of
Yeah, but
get up.
they got to keep that nose down in this, and you see them, they're hitting those waves really hard because of that. That boat's coming down the straightaway here. Cigar Monster's here on the closest side to us.
And Sweat Equity is in between them two. It's the only outboard boat. Oh, no, it's not the only outboard boat out here today. It's one of the 2 outboard boats in Class 5 right now.
And then that Warlock on the inside there.
Yep. CigarMonster.com. Screaming past the VIP tent. You see that glare.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Now you know why the photographers like a cloudy day a little bit.
Yeah. Now it looks like we've got a boat here in the center pulled off.
That's the Nitra. That's the Shocker.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's unfortunate. I wanted to see those guys run well today.
Yeah. But that's a brand new boat to them. Made over in Sweden. Wow. Look at those.
Even sitting there, those guys are just sticking it on the tail, you know?
Yep.
And big wake in there. That's not a 2-footer.
Here's Yabba Dabba Doo. That from our camera down on the beach, you can see how big that water is.
Yeah.
And they're just cruising.
Mean Streak is right behind them.
These guys are still charging hard. Taking a pounding out there today.
There's Mean Streak on the screen right now. Go past the start-finish boat.
You know Vance Hagen in that Mean Streak. I've never seen him not smile. He just loves everything
Yeah.
about this and always has a smile on his face.
Even when he was talking about having to deal with the motor issues, he was still smiling about it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Team Allied with Jake Nix and Mark Fernandez. But on your screen right now is, on the backstretch there, is Shoreline Plumbing,
Yep.
and the firm is just off to their left-hand side.
So Allied Plumbing is past the firm.
No, they're catching them.
Okay.
Yep. Allied fell off the pace early, and Allied and the firm are actually in two different classes. It's Stock V and
right.
Mod V. I haven't seen Absolutely Not come back around, so Allied would be leading now in Mod V, and Stock V you still have Waz Up, was on the course. I still think they're out
So it's the firm
and Cigar Monster.
and Cigar Monster, first
Right.
and second.
Correct. But your leader right now in Class 5 is Shoreline Plumbing with Brent and Jason. See how it's spanning those waves? You
Yep.
see that? They'll take a hop. They've got the length to span those waves. That makes a big difference. You see those steps working in that boat there, the firm. To see, I love that they're having a good showing today with Pete and Chris.
Yeah. Rum runners on your screen now, coming down this front straightaway.
Mikey McColgan, Fran Belletto. Whoa! Man, Fran works on that boat all the time. It's beautifully maintained.
Yeah. Gorgeous boat.
Yeah. He will work his tail off on that thing. TC Marine still nosing in to these waves as they come down this front stretch.
Yeah, they took a big hop right past turn 7 there.
Lou LaFerrera and Tom Crawley. Yeah.
It's just a rough day to be out there for anybody. I mean,
Yes, it is.
It's,
Whoa! They're dragging a lot of tab. Here comes CigarMonster.com, the north end of the course. Back there in the.
I've not seen Waz Up come back by.
No, I haven't either. You know that they were having trouble earlier, so maybe they just went ahead and decided to call it a day. Anthony's got another race coming up here. The next race, actually. CigarMonster.com. Jimmy Wessel.
Yeah, I don't know where those guys were at the beginning of the before the race. We did not see them at all, but I'm glad they're out here running.
Rob Goodwin. Camera crew trying to do the best they can with the glare to show everybody at home what's going on here in beautiful Englewood Beach, Florida.
Looks like we've got Mean Street coming around turn 6 and turn 7.
With Sweat Equity right behind them, right?
Looks like it. Yep.
That's a relatively new team.
Yeah.
Put that boat together, and I think this is their second race.
Second race, yeah.
Yep. Wow, big flyer there.
Yeah. Mean Street coming around turn 7, getting a big air there.
Putting on a show for everybody here on the beach. You don't see a lot of DCBs out here on the race courses.
Yeah, and you know what, Brad? It looks like like turn 5 buoy has moved, because it was a little bit further to the north than it is right now.
Yeah, I think it's been blown this way.
Yeah. I'm thankful though that we haven't had more issues with buoys today, considering the conditions out there
Strong
today.
winds that we're dealing with. That's exactly right. Sweat Equity. Jeremy Bisson, Greg DiRenzo, and Angela Pierce. What we got there on the screen? We got the
Looks like the
firm
firm
on the
that's come around.
backstretch. Yep.
They were around turn 5 buoy coming in to turn 6, and you know when a buoy like that slides out of position, it can really kind of, you know, make you lose your bearings a little bit until you figure out exactly where you need to head to then.
You know, and the turn boats down here too,
Yeah.
about straight out from us.
So that's the one thing, like, I think that if they see a buoy that
See
it's
is
moving, they want to stay with that so that the drivers know, because if they can't see the buoy, they can see the turn boat.
Right. Get their bearings.
Yeah.
Look at that trough right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a
There's big
monster.
water out there today, guys. A lot of big
Allied
water.
coming through, and then the Hammerhead boat coming by.
What do you got there on the screen right now? No, we got the
Looks like
firm.
we've got the firm coming through down here on the front straightaway now. And that boat's run great all day. I mean,
It has. It skips right from wave to wave.
yeah, they've done a really good job.
Doing it. Yeah, great job running that boat today.
Looks like there's another boat that's coming into the center here, right in the middle of the glare. I can't tell who that is.
They're going to call it a day, it looks like. Isn't that Shoreline? It is Shoreline Plumbing. But I don't see.
I did not see a checkered flag.
I did not either. There's Yabba Dabba Doo. That is Shoreline Plumbing there by the start-finish boat. Maybe they just wanted to stop and say hi to Dee real quick.
Maybe.
Doubt that's the case. Because Class 5 was going to do 8 laps.
8 laps.
I don't believe that was a full 8, but I've been known to miscount a time or two. TC Marine. With that kryptonite. I do see a checkered flag out there. Yep.
Okay.
He has one in her hand. So that will mean that Shoreline Plumbing took the win here today in the first race of the 2-race format here for the 2023 OPA World Championships here in Englewood Beach. Second place then would be TC Marine.
TC Marine.
They stayed after it. So
And then after that,
a lot of attrition
Gets
here
a
in
little-
Class 5. Well, it would be Mean Streak, I believe.
Mean Streak, Hammerhead, and Yabba Dabba Doo. Sweat Equity's got to be in there somewhere.
Yeah, we'll have to see when they come back around. That's a shame. You know, Rum Runner had a great run going early on. Must have had some kind of mechanical issue.
Yeah, so now the other classes that are out there still have 2 more laps to go.
So this is cigarmonster.com. Let me see if we got a checkered flag waiting for that. We do have a checkered flag, but the firm has already finished. So second place will be cigarmonster.com.
Yeah.
And Waz Up will take third. And on the back stretch, you do have Mean Streak going from that buoy that's kind of floated out of place. That would be turn number 5. They'll put that back in place before the next race. And that turn boat's way down here by the start-finish boat.
Yeah.
And he's really rocking and rolling. Look at that.
Yeah.
That I'd be seasick in that one.
He's broadsided against those waves.
Yep. And Sweat Equity is still underway there on the back stretch. They've come through the dog leg, headed to turn 5, trying to find it.
Mean Street coming around turn 7, coming down the straightaway. This will be their
Final lap.
final lap for those guys.
Vance Hagen, Jeremy Hellens. I can hear him cheering down there. That's definitely a fan favorite. Team Mean Streak. It's got those quarter canopies on that DCB. They're taking the checker flag as well, so that'll round out their day.
There's their checkered flag.
You know, all these teams are getting their as many points as they can to carry them into tomorrow's race, and then they will combine the points from both days to figure out the World Championship. So we're winding down the third race of the day. We've got 2 more races to go. Coming up in the fourth race, we're going to have V Extreme, Super Stock, Class 3, and Class 4. Total of 8 boats will be out there battling it out in the fourth race of the day. And now, those boats are going to be bigger. They'll be able to span these waves and be able to take some huge air.
Yep.
Huge air coming out here today.
This is a photo op kind of day.
Yeah, get your phone now.
So it looks like Allied's coming around on getting ready to come into turn 6 as well.
So good, they're still out there on the course. And absolutely not, I don't believe is. That's Hammerhead.
Yeah, we've got some other boats that are still coming along the backstretch there. They've really slowed down though.
They're doing anything they can to get their laps in.
Yep.
Because when it comes down to it, it's distance.
Well, and you know, like we talked about earlier, it's attrition, you know.
Yep. Sweat Equity. 3-man crew on that one. Man and women crew. We got Angela in there helping them as the navigator.
Yep. Now all these results that we're talking about they're unofficial until we get the GPS for Class 5 in.
Yep.
And those results will be posted on OPA's
website. Yep. We'll try to get an update for you guys, maybe going in this evening before we go into tomorrow's racing. Be nice to know who broke out and if there was any infractions. It's going to be hard for these boats though to break out today.
Yeah.
Heck, they're just trying to keep their forward momentum going.
Yeah, and as we say that, it looks like the boat that's right there underneath the chopper is
Yabba Dabba Doo, sorry.
Did you say Yoda?
No, I was yawning just a little bit. Sorry, bub.
Are you sleepy?
Yep. Well, this wind is taking it out of me today.
It's scaffolding's rocking you to sleep.
It is. It is. Definitely. Look at the different color as you look up here towards that end.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of churn in the water for sure, so.
I'm glad we went for a boat ride yesterday. Not today.
I wouldn't mind being out there though. It'd be all right.
Racing or have a boat ride?
Yeah, I'm good with either one. So, looks like trying to figure out.
That's the Warlock.
Yeah. Hammerhead's coming back through. So
With
that'll
Dennis
be the end for
Austin
those
and Don
guys.
Jackson.
Be final lap for those guys. We've got some boats back on the backstretch right now that looks like we have one of the safety boats attending to. I don't know if maybe they've lost power completely and need to be towed back in. And then it looks like a turn boat is making its way back up to that turn buoy, which they should get repositioned here shortly.
Yep. Hammerhead will finish Class 5. That should be the last boat out there. Yoda Yabba Dabba Doo is out there on the back stretch. I don't know if they're assisting those safety boats or not with that turn buoy that's.
Well, the buoy's over there. The buoy's past where they are. So I don't know if they are. The safety boats are helping out those guys, Larry and JD.
They're around them, but they're not. I mean, those guys are standing up in their own boat, so
Yeah,
they're just
and it looked
talking
like-
and communicating with those safety boats out there.
Yeah, and it looked like those guys just kind of rolled to a stop. I didn't see anything that was a major problem, at least from our vantage point. So no major accident, anything like that may just have lost a motor or lost something that was.
You know, but you can take a hit, you know, if you're not set up for it, even if you're, you know, not hard charging, and come down and, you know, hit a dash or hit whatever.
Yeah.
Or your back take a big hit. There was a couple racers last weekend that they kind of hooked it really hard after they came off a flyer and got a concussion on the inside of a canopy boat. You know, their helmets will crash either into each other or onto the side of the boat and get a concussion. And it, you know, from the viewer standpoint, it doesn't look that
bad.
drastic, but yeah, it really rings your bell on the inside there. Look at these big waves coming in. A couple big sets there. So that'll round up race number 3. I think what we're going to do is take a little bit of a break here before we go into race 4. So stick around, folks. We got more racing coming up here at the 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest for the OPA World Championships. I'm Brad Harrington with Brian Baldry. We'll be back with race 4.
All right, welcome back, OPA race fans, to the 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest. I'm Brian Baldry along with Brad Harrington here. We've got boats coming out on the race course getting ready for race 4 today.
Yeah, we do, Brian. We got race 4 coming out. We're going to have V Extreme, Super Stock, Class 3, and Class 4. We're going to have 8 boats out there on the water force today. I've been talking during the break. I talked to a couple of the boats that were out in the last race, and we were saying that there's 2s and 3s out there with an occasional 4, and they said out on the backstretch there were some 5s out there.
Yep. And we were talking to MDG, and they said 5-footers out there around turn 3, which is right where we were talking about earlier, being probably the toughest part of the course for the racers today, for sure. So,
yeah. I'm looking out. We do have some boats that are coming out here getting ready for race number 4, but where'd our turn 5 buoy go? There it is. It's still out there.
Yeah, it's still in
I don't know if they're going to leave it there or
if they're going to adjust that or not. I see our pace boat going out towards the north end of the course there.
Yeah, and that turn boat that was having a hard time, getting broadside to the wind, looks like they've turned and gone in. So, some rough conditions out here today in Englewood Beach for the 2023 Waterfest. It really kicked up some snotty water out here.
It seems like every time we come back from break, it's just a little bit worse, a little bit stronger.
Amen to that, brother. Yep. Still got a good crowd down here on the beach. They're in the VIP tent, and we got the vendors. Some of them out there on the beach, a lot of them up here in the pits around as well. And everybody's having a good time. Nice and sunny.
Yeah, and I look down, and I don't think we've lost anybody at all. Everybody's down having a good time and hanging out. And
yep. Great turnout today. So let's go ahead and give them a lineup of who's going to be here in this 4th race with V Extreme. Of course, you have knuckleheads with Evil Ed Smith and Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith was just out and raced with his dad, the other Ed Smith, in the Was Up boat. Then we'll have the Super Stock. Super Stock, the only entry today in Super Stock is the Jackhammer boat with Reese Langheim and Julian Maldonado. They have figured out that boat. That's safe to say. They are amazingly fast in that boat.
Yeah.
It's great to see. They've Reese had a couple different boats before that, and it was really tough. And then now he's got that victory, and Julian has helped figure out that victory boat, and it is fast. Then we have Class 3. Class 3, we're going to have brothers racing in number 326, and that's Russ and Randy Brunger. And then, of course, Team Woody, 327 with Billy Shipley and Chad Woody. And then 388, Mr. Herbato with Cade Herbat and his dad, Keith Herbat. Then,
father-son team, and those guys have had a lot of fun. We talked to them yesterday in the pits, and, again, we've said this before, but every time we come to a race that those guys are at, Cade's just that much better at what he's doing, and really doing well on that boat and having a good time with it. So
getting a lot more comfortable with it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Then Class 4, we've got 3 entries in it. We've got Crazy Rhythm, 420, with Joe Turk, and it says Neil Crane, but everybody calls him Red Crane. In the Crazy Rhythm boat. So that's pretty interesting. Jerry that owns that boat is nursing his arm and won't be able to race it this year. So he has them up there racing at this race course, and that's who used to own this boat. I believe Joe Turk used to own it, or Red Crane did, but that's who raced together back in the day when they were racing that boat originally.
Yep.
So it's cool to see him back out here on the course.
So driver and throttleman change for Crazy Rhythm for the World Championship here.
Yep.
And then Control Freak 434 with Mark Robbins, Damon Murata, and Nelson Sawyer. We were talking to those guys in the pits last night, and they were trying to button up some last little bit of things, some attrition from a previous race, and
unfortunately they were not able to get that lined out. So
are they scratched today?
Yeah, it's sitting right over there back behind you on the trailer. So they will not take the start. I don't know if they're going to try to make the start for tomorrow or not. But then we have 441, the Saris Racing, out up in New York with Johnny Saris driving, Jason Saris, his dad, throttleman, and we got Vern French is going to be the navigator there in that Cobra boat, yellow boat. As it comes by, it'll be easy to see that one. they were also saying how big the water was, or Johnny was, because he was in the moderation. And there's some big holes out there, they said.
So I only see a couple of boats out there right now. I see Crazy Rhythm for sure.
Yeah,
Is that Sarah sits out there?
I think so. You know, they've from where the crane is and the boat ramp, they got to go down pretty far south
It's a decent
here.
stretch.
Yeah, down to Stump Pass, and come around and get back out here onto the race course. So we got to go down there with our friends yesterday and check out that.
Beautiful view.
Yeah, it was a beautiful view. Still a great crowd out here today. Beautiful boats, beautiful people out here enjoying the sun today. Yeah, that's definitely Sarah's up there on that end.
Yep. So a couple of our sponsors that we've got for the 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest, North Myrtle Beach RV and Resort, and then Steph's Fabrication Specialist. And Brad, you know a little bit about Steph's. Kind of tell the crowd what those guys do for powerboat racers.
So they're a custom shop that they can build a custom oil pan, oil tanks. You know, a lot of these boats, the bigger boats, they're dry sump motors, so they don't have a traditional oil pan like we all have. It's a little bit smaller, and then they run those auxiliary oil tanks, so they can fabricate all of those things. And they're welders that they have on staff and are fully capable of building anything that you need out of their fab shop.
And they are one of our key sponsors for this race, and also sponsoring here the Steph's Fabrication broadcast booth, the 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest.
We have down on the beach, we have the Adventure Hunter down there. Doug Vance on a camera down there on the beach, getting some amazing footage down there. I'm surprised he hasn't been in the water. He's known to do that, you know.
He is, you know, and normally we've got some really great drone footage as well. We opted to ground the drone today just because of the wind.
Because it would go up and end up in the next county.
It would end up, yeah.
I saw somebody down here try to put up their drone. They put it right back down. Yeah, it'd be pretty treacherous today.
Well, we're hoping that the wind is going to be considerably less tomorrow and gives us an opportunity to get some of that amazing drone footage that our drone pilot is known for.
Yep. So in Class 3, Class 3 is limited to 95 miles an hour, if I have that correct. And we have Class 4, it's of course 85 miles an hour. So we'll have two bracketed classes here in this race as well. But then the V Extreme, they're going to go out and they'll be able to go as fast as they need to or want to, along with the Super Stock. So that I don't know how close those two will be able to run together today, but yeah, well, we'll see. This wind's really going to affect that really light Super Stock boat.
Yeah.
So hope everybody takes it easy and comes back in one piece today. A lot of wind up here. We're fighting the adverse conditions, doing everything we can to bring you live coverage of the 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest for the first part of the OPA World Championships here. So they're going to have to combine points from today and tomorrow to come up with the overall winners for the World Championship. You got some other boats coming out of the pits down there, Brian?
Well, I was just trying to get an eye on what's going on down on the south end of the course. We've got somebody coming out. I think it's that Fountain, but I don't know that.
Yeah, he's one of our safety boats
right.
that's been down there. I've been seeing.
I thought at first it might have been our Super Stock guys, but I haven't seen them yet.
Yep. So we got racing here until about 5 o'clock or so, until we get all the races in today. Then this evening, of course, in the pits we'll have a meet and greet. You'll be able to stop by on check out the teams, talk to them about how big the water was out there today and what they're planning to do for tomorrow. So come on by and check it out, especially if you're close.
Yeah, and that's a really good opportunity for people to meet the drivers, see the boats up close, ask questions. The drivers are always interested in people asking them questions and helping out, and that's where a lot of people get a lot of their starts. Especially when you start talking to those Class 7 guys, because that's really our entry level class where people can affordably get into the sport. And if you're going to come down and have questions for those guys, anybody in that class will be a great resource for you.
Well, yeah, I mean, Crazy Rhythm that's out there getting ready to take this start. Jerry, that owns the team, they were standing on the boardwalk there at St. Clair last year thinking, hey, we could do this. So he found that boat and bought it, and has had a great season this year. And I know he's just chomping at the bit to get out there and race it himself once he gets all healed up. Had a arm problem, a tendon problem or something he had to have replaced. And he's a big guy, too.
Yeah.
Yep. So he'll get back into shape and get out here and race next year.
Yeah, I think he actually picks the motors up himself and puts them in the boat.
He's a big boy. He probably could.
Pretty good sized guy. So
he said he's got different power kind of on the radar for next year.
I think there's a surprise for them next year. Yeah.
And that's always been a small block boat, and he's talking like he's going to put some big blocks in it. Of course, I'm a small block guy in my boat. And I said, so I'll take those old worn out small block motors that you got. I'll take those off your hands. So he didn't bite at the offer that I threw out there, but
it was a little low.
It was drastically low. Hey, you got to try.
He's willing to help, Brad, but you're gonna have to pony up some more dough, buddy.
Yeah. Oh well. Kids are expensive. Maybe one of these days.
Yeah. Well. So you and I've spent, this is our last race of the season. This is what years you've been doing this for? How many years now?
With OPA, I've been full time with them, doing the last 2 seasons.
Okay.
I've been helping out down at the lake race, Lake of the Ozarks. I've been doing that for the last about 5 years down there, helping out that broadcast, and then kind of jumped on board here for the last couple of years with OPA and traveled around the country and helped them. And of course, you and I kind of home event is the shootout, and we help with that as much as we can. Good friends of ours are down there and help put that on for them. That's what I do with my boat right now. I don't actually travel and race like this, but I do that shootout. I have won my class the last 18 years in my class, and you
inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I got the
2020.
opportunity to wheel that boat for you this year, which was great. Appreciate that.
It really
a lot
was.
of fun.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with that boat over the years. Had a lot of people in the boat with me.
Your daughter is one of them. It was unfortunately not able to race this year, and I was.
Yeah, she was too busy to go spend time with Dad.
She was gracious enough to let me step in and help out.
That's right. That was a good thing for you.
It was. Appreciate that, Stella.
Yeah.
So.
Now, and of course, you're my buddy, so my goal is to get my kids to where they're going to be comfortable enough with that boat that they can run that boat, and we'll go up and commentate it.
You're kicking us both out?
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool.
They'll probably run it better than we will anyway. So.
Yeah, well, I know it'll be lighter.
Wait, what? Yeah, no, you're right. You're definitely right. So.
Well, we're trying to get a heads up of what's going on here. I don't know if they're going to move that turn number 5 buoy out there, if they're going to take it back up to the correct location. Looks like they got a safety boat headed up that way. I appreciate everybody following along on the live stream and down here on the beach. It's pretty tough here with the wind, and I've got people watching from all over the country reaching out to us and thanking us for the broadcast. It is a little tough up here with the wind. Good friend Eric Colby's going to be doing a recap on Monday morning with Speed on the Water, so keep an eye out for that. That's always awesome to go back and listen or read about the full update after everybody gets the GPS readings and everything in. So he'll have a full recap on Monday morning on speedonthewater.com. You see the spectators out here nobody's really playing in the surf because it's too big. It's it's not like on the West Coast where you have a big swell coming in. It's very tight. It's very it's a twos or threes, right? It is, yeah, but there's no rhythm to it. It's just rough water.
So I looked down to the south end of the course, and we've got some more race boats that are coming out at this point. Just got an update from race control as well. We are waiting on the chopper to get refueled and come back out, and that's been a little bit of the delay there. So thanks for bearing with us as we roll through this.
Wonder how far do they have to go to get fuel?
Just all the way to the airport.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. That's my buddy, but Brian Baldry there.
He's not the best color man on this at all.
Oh, yeah. Great day out here.
Yeah, we can see some of the race boats now coming up, and
it's a long way down there to Stump Pass.
It is, yeah. It's a minute.
Yep. Is that big cruiser coming back up here for a turn boat too?
That's what it looks like. Which I don't think they're going to change that buoy. I think they've opted to leave it where it is. I think the concern was that if they move it, it seems to be stuck where it's at now. They're afraid if they move it, it'll just maybe move again. So I think that's probably going to be where it is for this next couple of races. And it hasn't moved. It hasn't moved to the point where it's detrimental to the course or to the racers on the course. So I think we'll be fine.
So last year, when Turn 3 buoy floated out towards Cancun, they were trying to get Smitty Smith, our president of OPA, was racing in the Was Up boat, and he was trying to get one of these center consoles that's out here as a safety boat to go out there and get that boat and bring it back. Couldn't get a hold of anybody, so he and Anthony just went on out there in the race boat, canopied race boat, and grabbed that the cinder blocks underneath that buoy and brought it all the way back up and put it in place because they had the GPS location. They knew the actual location, what it should be by their GPS, and put it back in place using that race boat as a safety
tow
asset.
barge.
Yeah, tow barge. Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of cool. Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's right. So now I think we're going to have a little bit better vantage point of turn 1 and 2 because the glare, as the sun has started to head more west, we're going to be able to see that a little bit better. Not quite as much glare, especially for our camera guys down in turn 1 and 2. The dogleg should be fine as well, but that pass between the dogleg and turn 5, that's going to be where the glare is, right across where the start-finish boat is going to be a little rough as well. But as that sun starts to set, we're going to get some things moved around a little bit. I also am going to anticipate that at some point, hopefully soon, the wind is going to die down at least a little bit. I don't think it's going to do it before the races are over, but
yeah, wishful thinking. I hope it dies down a little bit, but I don't think so.
I don't think before we're
Not
done
while
here
we're
today.
on there.
Yeah. But
so on the east coast of Florida, they had a nasty rain over there. I mean,
Yeah.
people's pools were flooding and
Yeah.
everything. So
Yeah.
we didn't have that big rainstorm. We had some moisture yesterday, but it really never rained.
yeah.
But yeah, glad we didn't get that part of it. I hope maybe I can try to get on here while we're waiting to look for these other boats to get out here on the course and see what the forecast is for tomorrow. I think they're still calling for calmer seas. Gosh, I really hope so.
Yeah, I think that'll be good for the
broadcast team. Not as much for the spectators, but
I was thinking for the racers, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
whatever.
yeah, okay.
So,
Us Kansas guys up here on this.
we're used to the wind. It's Kansas. It's
Yeah.
windy.
At least it's not cold.
Amen.
There's Jackhammer coming out.
Yep.
And Team Woody out of Texas.
I saw that jackhammer boat go over in Key West in 19, and those guys kind of struggled for a while with that boat being maybe not as competitive as what they were hoping for, but man, this year they've been really good and had a really great year. That's good to see them out and running.
Out of the box, it wasn't competitive, but they definitely have the thing figured out now.
Yeah.
Well, winds are up to 25 miles an hour out of the northwest.
I think they're measuring that like behind the tent.
Probably not up here where we are.
So
And then I'll have to look for the marine forecast for tomorrow. We got Mr. Herbato out there.
yep. Somebody on the other side of them as well. Looks like Knucklehead's on the other side of Herbato out there. They're coming down on the west side of the milling circle.
Well, Brian, who you picking? You gonna do a
So-
pick for this one or what?
In Class 3, you know what? I'm going with Caden Keith, Mr. Herbato. I
Cool.
think we watched them last week when they were racing, and they looked really, really good. They had an issue with oil temperature in one of the motors, and then they did something to tear up a set of props. I'm not sure exactly what the story is there. They found some wheels for Englewood here and out and running. They feel confident about that they've got the bugs worked out of that boat. So that's going to be my pick for Class 3. And then Class 4, Crazy Rhythm.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going with the guys that
Old
I don't-
school.
Well, that boat has run really well all season. I know they've got new guys in there, driver throttleman as far as new to this year, but not new to that boat. And
No.
probably know that boat as good as anybody else. And
Right.
so, it's not like they put in a rookie team in that boat. So that's going to be my call for Class 4. What about you? What are you thinking for 3 and 4?
Okay, since you're going with Crazy Rhythm, I got to go for Saris Racing. Jason really knows how to set up a boat. Johnny's going to be driving. His dad, Jason, built some motors. They rebuilt this complete boat. I believe it's an 83. So I'm going to go with them. It would be great to see Control Freak out here.
Yeah.
In the mix with them.
Control Freak has had a great year as well, all year long until last week.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Darn it.
and it was just a series of a couple issues with some things that were kind of out of their control motor-wise. Had a couple of small fires in the boat, and nothing that was causing any damage to anybody, but definitely issues to the equipment for sure. So
Didn't you tell me they had 2 fires?
2, yep,
Friday and Sunday.
yep, Wednesday and Sunday.
Wednesday and Sunday. That's scary in a boat too, because everything's flammable in a boat.
Yep.
It looks like tomorrow they're calling for winds out of the north, 5 to 10 knots, with a seas of 1 to 2s. So
Should be better.
still be great racing, but a little bit better, easier on us, and maybe easier for the crews out there too.
Yeah, and some people that either don't race or don't boat a lot may think that super smooth water is best for racing, and it's not really. It's you want a little bit of chop, you want a little something that's going to get some air underneath some of those boats and get them up on top of that weight. When it gets super flat like that, that water gets sticky, and it makes it a little bit more difficult to get the boats up on top of where they need to be as far as not scrubbing off speed and things like that. So
I'm going to undo my microphone to try to get my muff on there a little bit better, so give me just a moment.
So while Brad steps away for just a second, we've got the turn boat down, going close to turn 6 and 7 where they were before, and we've got boats down in the milling area getting ready to line up and start cutting this way. We've got the pace boat down there as well. Getting ready for the 4th race of the day for the 2023 Englewood Beach Waterfest. If you are anywhere close to here or not already here, you need to be here as soon as you possibly can. Got just a few more minutes here. Looks like we've got the chopper back on the the course here as they are
There, you got me?
pulling back in. Yep.
All right. Sorry about that.
Buddy Brad's back now. We've got the safety support on.
I heard the
On
chopper too when I took my headset off. So the chopper's in the air down there. Yep.
Yeah, he actually passed below where we are.
We're up pretty high today.
He actually buzzed the beach earlier, and we were above him. So
Will we even be able to call that buzz in the tower?
I mean, technically.
There's some big rollers coming in here now. Look at that, Brian.
Yeah.
That white cap's out there, and you see that every so often there's just some sets of some big ones out there.
Yeah.
Those are those 4s and 5s that the guys were saying that they were getting into.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
We've got some of the turn boats that are moving around a little bit. The one that was on turn 5 and 6 earlier looks like they are moving around, maybe to a different spot. And then we've got a pleasure boat that's passing the course now as we're waiting for
Looks like
we're getting ready to bring
Start
these
our-
boats down now.
For the parade lap, they're going to give everybody a show.
We've actually got a yellow flag, Brad. I'm not sure they're going to do a parade lap. Yep, we've got them coming down under yellow flag right now.
You may be correct. They may opt not to do a parade lap.
Based on conditions, they may not. So we've got Evil Ed Smith and the Herbots out here.
I still see it's yellow. I don't see what they're doing.
Evil Ed and Anthony just said, we're going.
Huh.
We're still under yellow here.
I think they would be doing a parade lap. What's that big buoy right
Yeah,
there?
I'm not sure what that is.
Huh. You know, I bet you what that is that these bigger boats can't go that slow behind that pace boat.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Bet you that's what we're running into. Because we've got a red flag on that pace boat.
Okay.
What is that thing? Where did it come
We've
from?
got something in the water out here. I'm not sure exactly what that is.
Oh, you know what that is? That's one of the buoys off the start-finish boat. It's a black buoy off of them.
Well, the
See
green buoy start-finish boat's still sitting next to it.
That's a turn cushion or a start-finish, but to see the black buoys
Yeah.
on the back,
Yeah.
that's what that is. They had 3 on
Oh,
there
a
earlier.
fender. Yeah. Okay.
Buoy, fender.
Bumper.
Yeah. That's a big bumper. So that could be, if we got the 7 boats back out here, that could be like a jump for them.
Right?
It'd be kind of cool.
You say that
I
until
say
you
that.
jump it.
Not for me, for them.
So we've got the boats going down around turn 1. They apparently are going to do a parade lap. And yeah, now we've got a safety boat coming over to pick up that buoy.
Bumper fender, you said.
Bumper fender buoy.
That's all right. Boy, it look how fast it's getting away.
Yeah.
You know, if you're out there on one of those big yachts today or big cruiser, what are those, seakeepers? The big gyro that helps keep the boat steady? That'd be sure handy to have.
Yeah, those are cool. Those are cool pieces of equipment.
I can tell that one does not have it.
No.
So we've got this race, and then we're going to have one more after this, folks. We got 2 more races to go. In the last and final race of the day, we're going to have Unlimited, Super Cat, Factory Stock, and Class 2. But before that, we've got this race with the V Extreme and Super Stock and Class 3. How many laps are they doing today?
So V Extreme is doing 11 laps,
Okay.
and Super Stock is doing 11 laps. Class 3 is going to do 9 laps, and Class 4 is going to do 9 laps as well. So 9 and 11.
Cool. Should go pretty quick. Yeah, we're getting some gust up here.
Yeah.
25 mile an hour winds with 35-mile-an-hour gusts, I think. Just a moment.
Hang on just one second. We're getting a little race update from our safety team here. We're getting some information from race control. Hold on.
So I just got notification that unfortunately with these conditions, they're going to have to call the races for the day. Reason being is that they wouldn't be able to transfer anyone onto a safety boat in these conditions. So they have opted, in the name of safety, to go ahead and call it for the day. And we did get 3 of the 5 races in. However, we're not going to be able to get the 4th and 5th race in today. So in the name of safety, unfortunately, they're going to call it today.
Well, that's real unfortunate. You know, we've got a really good race venue. Lots of people out here to view the races and things like that. But you've got to really respect the decision that race control has made in the name of safety. In case something bad were to happen to somebody, they want to make sure that they can get them off the course as quickly as possible for the safety of the racers.
Correct. So, unfortunately, that's the call today. The races will be back tomorrow. We've got a full day of racing. I don't know yet if they will do the races that they missed today, or if they'll just double up the laps. We'll have to wait and see exactly what the plan is.
Yep.
Right. So, but we'll have a full day of racing tomorrow. I think we're going to do another 5 races at least tomorrow. Some of these classes will do more laps just to get everything in. Those Class 7 guys were thinking that they may have to do more laps tomorrow. So definitely going to be another day of racing with hopefully less wind, a little bit better conditions, so that we can get all the races in for the 2023 World Championships for the OPA, Offshore Powerboat Association, here in beautiful Englewood Beach, Florida. So definitely get back online tomorrow and follow along at home or wherever you're at, and we'll do our best to keep you up to speed. We want to thank everybody for being on here today. We want to thank the safety crew and all the men and women that are out there in our wonderful military, keeping us safe, that we can be out here and doing these fun things today.
We'd also like to thank North Myrtle Beach RV Resort, Steph's Fabrication Specialist, for the sponsor of the Englewood Beach Waterfest. I'm Brian Baldry along with Brad Harrington. And Brad, it's been a good day today. Unfortunately, we've got to call the races short, but we'll be back tomorrow, and it's going to be a great day racing.
Looking forward to it. Join us tomorrow, folks.